Welcome to the channel, to my latest 10th edition Warhammer 40k battle report, where it's the Space Marines, the Minotaur Space Marines, versus the Tyranids. Some time ago, this listening outpost in this dusty valley has detected a Tyranid invasion, and now they're swarming across this battle grid, and the Minotaurs stand against them. We're going to be fighting in and amongst these hot and dusty canyon walls provided by urbanmats.com. The battle mats from urbanmats.com, and this is some of their pre-painted terrain, and then there's some GW stuff sprinkled in here or there. New terrain for the new edition, and we're playing 2,000 points of take and hold with Dawn of War deployment and chosen battlefield. What does that mean? Well, on the primaries, 5, 10, 15 points on the primaries every turn, well, from turn 2 onwards. The secondaries we're going to get from the Leviathan deck. Standard deployment and chosen battlefield means we put down the objectives where we thought we wanted to put down the objectives. Larging up all my channel members, big shout outs to the crew, and if you're not a channel member and you'd like to join me, you'd like to support me, then you can become a tier 3 channel member for $5.99 a month, which is about the cost of a pint up north. So stay away from alcohol, instead become a tier 3 Winters channel member, and you get an extra battle report every single Wednesday, and you can join the Discord. It's lovely. And we welcome back to the channel my fourth favourite Northerner after the Chuckle Brothers and Santa Claus, Brapscallion. Say hi, Brapscallion.
It's been so long, Winters. It's been so long. I'm back though. I'm back and I'm excited.
Where have you been?
I've just been so busy, but also I want to point out that I was supposed to come a while back, but it got cancelled. But they're minor details. I'm here now and I'm excited for 10th.
Who cancelled it?
Wasn't me. That's all I'll say on the matter. That's all I'll say on the matter. It wasn't me. There was diaries that were double booked or something. But listen, we're here now. We're here for 10th edition.
I would never cancel you. I have no recollection of that, Your Honour.
Well, here we are. But we're excited. It's good to see you, and I'm ready to play.
One more thing I need to shout out, actually, Brapscallion, before we go and have a look at these armies, is...
Tell me.
This is your first game of 10th edition.
It certainly is.
Okay, so I need to let everyone know, and you know, that 10th is actually quite imbalanced right now.
I like the sound of it.
Now, that's not necessarily a bad thing when you're playing with friends. We're playing for fun. It can be a bad thing on the tournament scene. So, because of the imbalance, there's other ways to play 40k.
Exactly.
I would advise that if you're going to play a game of Warhammer 40k right now, then in your gaming group, you need to tell your mates whether you're smashing face, whether you're going to go hard, or whether you're doing something fun and frolicky and fancy and stuff like that. What kind of list, what kind of fanciness have you brought?
Well, you know me, as a serious, cutting-edge
fun and frolicky.
I brought a daft list. It's all about the social contract. We've always been a big proponent of that. I've always said that. Talk to your opponents. Make a fun game. Not an you can have a balanced game if you want. If that's your kind of fun, but just talk. Communication is key. Yes. Me and Winters talked, and he told me he's going to batter me to death. So
no, I said, we're good. No, well, I'm going to batter you to death. Obviously, I won this.
That's a given. It's a given.
I won this trophy once. You're talking to the 2021 No Retreat Legend of Legends champion. That's it there. But yeah, we're playing for fun. We're playing for frolics. We're going to have a good time. But yeah, guys, make sure that you talk in your gaming group with your friends about what kind of list and what kind of game you want to play beforehand. So with that in mind, this is my first Tyranids list of 10th edition. And it's got a whole load of different chocolate in it. And Tyranids, I should mention, we've got Shadow and the Warp Wrap.
Right.
So once per battle, I can make you take another battle shock test.
Right.
For your whole army, even stuff that isn't below battle shock.
That sounds bad.
We've got synapse. If I'm within 6 inches of a synapse creature, we always had synapse. Now beforehand, Tyranids were the fearless army if you were in synapse. But they're not fearless anymore. If you're in synapse, it's 3d6 for a battle shock test instead of 2d6 for a battle shock test. And then they also have some hyper adaptations. Basically, you can get exploding sixes or lethal hits, depending on what your army brings. So if your opponent brings loads of vehicles and knights and things, you go for the lethal hits. If you bring loads of infantry, you go for the sustained hits. So that's what I'm doing.
Okay.
Sixes explode. Shooting, melee, anything like that, sixes explode, okay?
That's nice.
Okay. So I started off with the one big bug that has lost synapse, the Broodlord. But I've put him in with a unit of Gene Stealers. That gives them all devastating wounds. They have Scout. They can be really sneaky. Behind them, Big Mama, the Turvagon with 50 Turva Gants. She can still spawn little bugs back, so replace them, and their strats to replace even more. And if they stay within 6 inches of her, they get lethal hits. So 6 is to hit, auto wound, which is pretty good because normally they're crappy. But they're there to move, block, and swarm on objectives and steal objectives. Then I needed more synapse. So warriors still have synapse. And I've got 3 units of shooty ones, which hit on 4s now. But they do have an ability to fall back, shoot, and charge, which is nice. There's a big unit. The bigger unit is going to stay at the back with the 2 venom cannons. The other ones have just got death spitters. So death spitters, venom cannons all the way across the line. And then a unit of punchy ones. But they're really there to spread out to make sure that everything still remains in the synapse bubble. Warlord, you need to pick a warlord. It'd probably be better to pick the Tervagon as the warlord because she'll be back and safe. But I've got a winged Hive Tyrant, and lore tells me it must be the Hive Tyrant. So the Hive Tyrant, with his Lash Whip and Bone Sword, he is my warlord. Giving him adaptive biology. So he's got a flat 5-up, feel no pain, which can be improved to a 4-up, feel no pain. It's nice. And he can give out strats for free for 0 CP once a phase for 0 CP, even if you use the strat already. It feels very winged Hive Tyrant-y to me. The big gun, I thought, at that point I was like, where's my guns? Apart from the warriors. So I bought a Tyranid. It's got a big, nasty, strength 18, 2d6 damage gun. Very hit and miss though. If it hits, it's going to hurt. If it misses, it's not going to hurt because it misses. Harrow specs, 125 points, absolute steel, 18 attacks. Must get 3 of these. And then Morlock for bursting up under... Oh, the other thing about the Harrow specs, Matt, you're going to like this.
I don't think I am I?
See it? No, you are. See the lovely Tongue of Doom?
Yeah.
It's got precision hits.
So, like Yoshi, like it can just like reach out in a squad and just pick the most tastiest target, right?
It can like a box of milk tray, right? It's going straight in there for the caramel cream.
He's a fussy eater.
He's a fussy eater. Just snipe out your characters from the bodyguard unit. I love it. The Morlock does what the Morlock always does, which is burst up and don't do mortal wounds. It doesn't burst up close anymore. It bursts up 9 inches away, but its mortal wound aura is actually 12 inches. So that's a large bubble. I brought along some pyrovores. I got these guys, Brad, because they've got a special rule called burning spray. And yeah, I know. I'm a bit sympathetic. We've all been there, I think.
I haven't.
So I thought I'd bring them along. And then Raveners. I've been playing with these guys for a few editions now. They're still terrible, but they do have a redeployment option and add points left over. If you're not in engagement range, they can burrow back down underground and then spring up somewhere else. And I've got like 18 of these guys. So let's start off with 3 of them.
Field test.
Field test the Raveners. So what I've got here actually is the big Tyranid swarm. Going with a fun list, going with narrative type lists, led by a Hive Tyrant and some big monsters. And then lots of swarm, lots of synapse to spread all over the place, steal as many objectives as I can. There is a big gun that can do some work. There are some close combat monstrosities that can do some work as well. And remember, 6s explode all the time. And when I say, Brap, you're listening.
I'm listening intently.
When I'm saying 6s explode all the time, I mean you need to remind me that 6s explode all the time.
It's on me, is it?
Because I'm going to forget half the time while I'm filming and doing all the things.
We'll just keep chanting it like at AdMech, like 6s explode.
6s explode.
Incantations.
Incantation of the machine spirit. Shall we have a look at the Minotaurs?
Let's.
And this is 2,000 points worth of Loyalist World Eaters.
Thank you, exactly.
Sorry, Minotaurs. Don't tell the Inquisition. Space Marines, Oath of Moment. Pick one of my units, reroll all hits and wounds.
It's pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah, it's nice. It's very strong. And then you have Combat Doctrines.
Right.
Assault, Devastator, Tactical. And you can pick one of them in 3 of the battle rounds.
It's cool. I like these new Space Marine rules. They seem fun, but quite easy to understand. And I need that for my small brain.
You know what? It also feels right as well.
Right.
For Space Marines, they are target a unit, wipe it out, or the ability to fall back and shoot, or the ability to advance and charge. It feels very Space Marine-y. Like Guard can't do it and AdMech can't do it. It feels... The adaptability of Space Marines is key.
It's cool.
Do you want to talk us through what you've brought?
Yeah, I've just brought loads of cool things. Like a proper child with his toy collection. Okay. This is like units that I've wanted to try out for ages. Yes. This is units that I've just painted up.
Yes.
This is units that I want to see how they do because I've not used them in ages. So the theme for this list is fun, but also like experimentation. See what things do. And it's gone.
And as ever, your Minotaurs look absolutely stunning.
I appreciate that.
Where can people find you on the Instagrams?
I'm at Bratscallion40k on Instagram if you want to see all this cavalcade of bronze, if you want to see what I've been up to, and yeah, you can see all the models in closer detail.
I remember the last time you were here, you were like, the Minotaur community is a very small community inside our community, which is smaller inside the community.
Yeah, it's like a little niche club where it's just like a few people like messaging us. There's, you know how people design like 3D bits and stuff, and
yeah,
there's a lot of 3D bits on these models which I really like. But one of the designers is currently messaging me with his works in progress of like new things and new extras he's doing, and he's asking for my input on models and extras he's making, that's how cool the Minotaurs community is. So I'm like, I don't know what to say. I just go, yeah, it looks amazing all the time. But the Minotaurs community is a cool one. So if you're thinking about going bronze, you'll never go back.
I don't know what to say other than it's epic. I love Space Marines. Where should we start? Where are we starting?
Should we start in the middle with my Warlord, who is the chaplain on a bike? He's not got a name. This is his first game out, so we're going to see how he does. Amazingly converted by Stranger Come Knocking, who's in the Winters community. This is an idea I had for ages for that model, and he absolutely smashed it out of the park.
Yes.
Unbelievable. This is another thing I wanted to try with the new 10th edition. I love the idea of people leading units, so I brought 3 Outriders so he can attach to that squad and cause some carnage.
Okay.
So I love my old Outriders, so it's nice to get them out again and give them a bit of a purpose.
Yep.
The other 2 characters, so right in the middle is the Lone Operative. It's the new Phobos Lieutenant with combi weapon.
Yes.
I originally thought, before I saw the rules, that he was going to go with the Incursors, which are on the left. But he's a lone operative. He's a sad boy that just wants to sulk around on his own.
Yep.
So he's going to do that, but they're still coming on for them.
Lone operative can't be targeted if more than 12 inches away.
Yeah.
And I think his ability is, at the start of the battle, he nominates an objective.
Yeah.
And then you get pluses to wound or reroll wounds or something when there's enemies in range of that objective.
It's reroll wounds of 1, which is kind of cool because it's like the old lieutenant thing used to always be like reroll wounds of 1. But if you're within an aura of him, but it's like his aura is remote, so he can just sort of activate it like on an objective. I kind of think it's interesting and cool.
Yeah.
To the left of him is the new Apothecary Biologist, I think it's called.
Yes.
The Gravis Apothecary, and he's got 3 aggressors to lead him. Now, I've got some heavy intercessors on the paint table, didn't get them done in time, but you're thinking, right, his special role is he gives the squad with him, I think it's lethal hits, is that right? The auto wounding on 6s.
Yes.
And you're saying to me, but they've got Flamestorm, so they're auto wounding anyway.
Auto hitting.
Hitting anyway.
Yeah.
But the thing is, though, in combat, that'll help. And if he destroys a unit in combat, or the unit that he's paired with destroys a unit in combat, he gets an objective, an OC of 9. 9. So he just turns into a big beef that just loves to sit on an objective.
He turns into he turns into someone peeling apart the Xenos filth to find out what makes him tick. Yeah, Apothecary Biologus. They don't put models back in. They study the Xenos in order to defeat them. To defeat the bug, we must first understand the bug.
Exactly. He's gonna go to one of your big lads, put his hand on it, and he'll go, "It feels afraid."
Yeah.
We know what film referencing it is, don't we?
Over here.
We've got the Incursors, as I said before. I've just, they're part of a new sort of like sub thing of my army that I'm trying out. I painted them a while ago, but I've repainted them recently. They're called the Horns of Onyx, which is all my Phobos stuff.
Yep.
I like the idea of a stealthy Minotaurs army, so I might see more of them in the future.
I do like the idea of adding black to your army.
It's just a bit different, isn't it? I thought it was kind of cool.
Blood Angels, they're black. They are black. They have gold and red. Dark Angels have the white and the green and the
Well, to be honest with you,
and your army with a Phobos, I love it. A bit of accent.
Exactly. I don't want to big you up too much. What I do, but like I got the idea from your 13th when you've got different companies and stuff, and it's like almost like different armies operating together. So I was like,
oh,
why don't I get on that? Actually?
You know, I would have referenced the 13th, like Reaper Company, Nephilim Company, things like that, and my Scout Company, but you've got to reference Games Workshop rather than myself, right?
You've also got to be humble, right?
Got to be humble.
You got to be humble.
That's why I barely mentioned the trophy.
I've never heard you mention it until today, so you're doing well. Behind them is the trusty old Terminator Assault Squad. I wanted to see how they do in this edition. Yep. They are probably my favourite unit in 9th. They're just so much fun, and they're so rock hard, and they just hit like a ton of bricks. And also, I wanted to try them in the Land Raider Redeemer behind them. I've had that painted for a while, and I always liked it, but I want to see what this assault ramp thing does, because everyone's very excited about it.
It is very exciting. Hammers and shields in that squad, and those shields mean those Terminators have 4 wounds.
Yeah.
4.
I found that out today. It's really nice. They're beefy, they've got a nice invulnerable save, they've got a bit of hopefully longevity. And yeah, anytime you see a spear in my army, it's classed as a Thunderhammer, it's what I always say, but we'll get onto another unit where that's slightly changed.
Spears are hammers.
If you go to the right of them, now this is one of my pride and joys, this unit. This is a 10-man assault squad without jump packs. So this is ground slogging assault squad firstborn. Beautiful. They're in the Rhino. I really like, these have got different rules to the jump pack assault squad now, like quite different. So they're chainswords.
Yeah.
You can pick in combat what they do. So they can have like sustained hits or lethal hits. So they're quite good at like tailoring to different targets. So they can take on a big monster, hopefully. They can take on a infantry. I want to see what they can do, and hopefully they can survive long enough in a little metal box that they can get on the field and see what happens.
And it's a way to bring along loads of Marines with chainswords.
Yeah, what could possibly go wrong, right?
Iconic.
Exactly, and the Mark III as well with the Mark III chainsaw looks so cool. There's an eviscerator at the front as well, the Zweihander chainsaw, like the double-handed chainsaw. Yeah. So we'll see what that does.
Mark III, #best mark.
Oh, but are you excited about the new kit?
Yeah, it's lovely, isn't it?
Woof!
Lovely.
I'm not excited the fact I've got so many Mark III that I'm tempted to redo it all in the new kit, but you know that's tomorrow's problems. Right now it's golden, but yeah, I like the Mark III the best.
Okay.
We've got 2 Landspeeder Typhoons.
Move, shoot, move.
Yeah, the new rules are cool for them, honestly, because they can move, shoot, move. They basically turn into Eldar Dark Reapers, right? We can't really say that's a bit heretical, but I want to see what they do. Bit of anti-armoured, because I thought I might need it. And they're the coolest models, so...
Typhoons look so cool.
They are so badass, aren't they? They're so daft and small, but so cool with like the big missile racks. I like them a lot. And we've then, in the drop pod that you can see there, we have 2 squads. So we've got a squad of Assault Intercessors. Just wanted to see what they could do, because I'm always dipping my toe in Primaris. I'm a bit more into Primaris this edition, and that is because of the squad to the left of them, which are the new Infernus Marines. Now, I realise that the problem with Primaris is my problem, not Games Workshop's problem. So what I've done is, instead of thinking Primaris are a bit plain, like I tried to jazz them up. So I give them full Minotaur treatment, like with tabards and different helmets, and really went to town a little bit. And I'm falling back in love with Primaris again, really enjoying it. So they're both in the drop pod. I know you can't charge when you get out of the drop pod, but I want to see how this works, because I've got an idea of like the Flamer Marines sort of carving a path while they're dropping and landing, and then the assault squad then clean up afterwards. It might be cool, it might be shocking, but we can all find out together, can't we?
Love the scorch marks on the Infernus there, well done.
Well, do you know how I painted that from that drop pod?
How?
The scorch marks on the drop pod, that was a tutorial done by Winter's SEO back when he used to do painting tutorials.
Again, I did one recently, for the Necrons, we painted the Necrons. I say recently, a few months back.
A year ago.
Some tutorials on my channel.
Get in the comments, we want more tutorials. Winters is a good painter and he needs to share his secrets. More comments saying more painting tutorials coming.
More comments in the comments.
More comments in the comments, that's right.
And subscribe, hit the bell button, all those, what are those things?
Super
Notifications, super chats, do those things. Press the buttons. Desolation Marines.
Now, apparently these are really good and we'll find out. I don't know. I think you're supposed to take like 30 of them or something, but I've just got 5.
Yeah.
And like the cards on the table, I think they are so ludicrous looking that I really like them. Like, I think they look daft. So I even put both missile options on them. Like, I put more missiles on them because people complain there's already too much missiles on them. So
I completely, look, 1 minute. Thank you for saying it. 100% agree. But, so there are no buts at all, because there are loads of people who say like, this looks ridiculous, this looks ridiculous. Warhammer 40k is ridiculous.
It's nonsense.
It's got massive chonky Primarchs. It's got floating cathedrals in space, which are called battleships. It's got the original Land Raider, the original Dreadnoughts, all the original boxy stuff. It's supposed to look stupid and over the top. And entirely, massive croissants of doom.
This is a flying croissant, and you've got a problem with someone's got like 3 more missiles than they should have. This guy's got like space dreadlocks. Angron's got space dreadlocks, and he's a demon man.
I like the ridiculousness of Warhammer 40k, that it doesn't try and follow established paths that other people have done, and it says, look, this is what we are. We are stupid. We are over the top, and that's Warhammer 40k for me, anyway.
It's been a public sponsored message.
Last unit, we've got some jumpy boys. Who are these guys?
Yeah, these are my Vanguard Veteran Assault Squad with jump packs. Apparently, they've took a bit of a nerf this edition, but I don't really care. I love the models so much. I think they look really cool. And also, I used to all the time say, if you see a spear in my army, it's a Thunderhammer.
Yes.
But these conveniently solve that problem because it's just all blanketed under the umbrella of heirloom weapons, which I think is cool because people who are modelling stuff these days, heirloom weapons could mean anything. You could give them anything. You give them skipping ropes and you can say these are heirloom skipping ropes and they just whip their opponents with them. I like it. So Nunchucks. That'd be pretty cool actually. Seems supposed to be completely useless, completely daft, but hey, isn't that what 40k is all about? So we'll see what the other Vanguard veterans do. But yeah, that's my army. It's 1990 points. 10
points under. Any enhancements? Did you pay for any enhancements?
I did not, no.
Okay, that's good because it's your first game of 10th edition.
Yeah, I've got enough to think about with all this I've
You've got enough data sheets already to play with and overlapping buffs and things like that. So fun, frolicking lists. Play 40k your way, guys, and it's all about the fun. Mainly, that's what we're here for some fun. Have I said fun? Let's go on to deployment. Here we are after the deployment. The Tyranids ready to swarm across this dusty wasteland towards the Minotaur lines. I've got some Gene Stealers and some Warriors anchoring this flank. Most of my threat in the middle of the battle grid, including Big Mama, the T-Fex, and guarding the home objectives. Then on this side, the Pyrovores, some more Warriors, and the Harrowspecs, and obviously in reserve, because they have the deep strike ability, is the Morlock and the unit of 3 Raveners. Just spreading out the synapse as much as possible. And you've got your drop pod in reserve?
Yeah, I've got loads in reserve. I've got a drop pod, I've got my Vanguard veterans, and I've got stuff in transport. So that didn't look that much over there, but on this table, there's quite a lot going on here. I'm a bit scared.
We've grown.
Yeah.
Got your jumpy boys in reserve as well. So the 2 Typhoons down this flank with the Chaplain.
Far side,
okay. It's fast side.
No, it's fast.
Fast.
It's fast.
Potato.
Fast and blast. We're going to get an education today.
Bath.
And then these guys, I think they stay back and do lots of long-range missile stuff, so I'll put them on the objective.
Yes.
The aggressors kind of want to get up close, but I don't want them to get shot off the table, so they're sort of strategically hiding, I think that's the word.
Right.
And then these boys are going to zone up. I can put him wherever I want on the table.
Yeah.
So I kind of put him in the middle because I think it looks cool, but then I also think I can adapt and he can think,
right.
And he can say what's going on. Do I announce his objective now?
Maybe. What have you learned, Brap?
I've learned that at the start of the first battle round I was too keen, too eager.
Yes.
I shot my shot too soon, but we might as well do it now. We're all friends here, aren't we?
Yes.
So I'm going to announce that one.
The one right in the middle.
Where the carnage is going to occur, right?
Yeah. Anywhere within 6 inches of that, you're re-rolling hit roll, wound rolls of 1 or something.
Kind of nice, really.
So in here, there is a lot of push. There is the assault. No.
Yeah, assault squad.
Assault squad without jump packs in a rhino.
Listen to that phrase. In 2023, you said on a bat rep, here's a rhino with an assault squad without jump packs in it.
It's cool. It's very heresy, actually.
No.
And then down this side is the infiltrators and cursors.
Yes, that's right. Incursors.
Right. Okay. So we need to roll off to see who goes first, because there are some scout moves available. Brap.
Yo.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
You turned up with a gift. You bought me some dice. Look at that.
They'll be available soon, though, right?
There are, maybe by the time this video comes out, they will actually have turned
that's
up.
Exciting.
But we've got dice. Anyway, after you, sir.
This is the preview.
You rolled a 1.
Right, put them all in the bin. Oh, what?
I rolled a 6. It's Tyranids turn 1. Okay, here is the will of the hive mind. I say the will of the hive mind because it looks like the hive mind wants me to investigate signals in corner. I'm not doing that one. And I'm not spending the CP to recycle it. I'm not interested in actions as a Tyranid player. But at the end of the battle round, If I don't do that one, I do gain a CP. However, secure no man's land is a thing. Take 2 objectives in no man's land. That feels very Tyranid buggy. At the end of the Tyranids movement phase, I have managed to secure no man's land by being on this objective, and I had 3 shots to advance to get onto that objective there. And this one unit failed, this unit failed. In the end, I had to use the CP that I got this turn to CP reroll, so the 3rd unit could end up on the objective over there. Round this flank, we have the warriors being advancing to back up the gene stealers. They're going on a mad flank, Brap. You've only got 5 guys over here, and there is an objective just behind that rock pile there as well. So they're looking a little bit exposed right now, but I do have a Morlock and some Raveners in reserve that can leap up as well. And then round this side, everything else just sort of chonks forward. Now, in the shooting phase, I've only got 1 gun that can reach out and touch, which is this Tyranid. It stayed still, so instead of hitting on 3s, it's going to hit on 2s because it has the heavy rule. And you know your land speeder Typhoon that broke on the base and it's been held together by blue tack right now?
I thought we weren't going to talk about that.
Well, oh, sorry, I can edit this out.
You won't edit this out.
It's going to shoot it.
It's a mercy killing.
It's a mercy killing. 2s to hit. I hit you both times.
Right.
The strength of this gun is strength 18.
Okay.
Versus toughness 7, 2s to wound.
7, yeah.
Okay. You're not spending any CP on things. It's AP -4.
Right, I think that's straight through, isn't it now?
Well, interestingly, the model is partially obscured by hills.
All right.
So it gives you cover.
So I get a save?
You get a save of 6.
6s?
Yes.
How hard can that be?
Very hard, it turns out. Each of these shots does 2d6 damage. So that is...
enough?
13 damage. And then we can put it on some proper glue and set it.
Back to hospital with you.
Don't roll a 6, deadly demise. You don't roll a 6, the explosion doesn't hurt the land speeder next to it, and that is the end of Tyranids, turn 1. So at the end of that turn, I do get 5 points for securing no man's land, as mentioned, ditching that other card as well, so I can have at least 1 CP. Mind you, in your command phase, I'll get a CP as well. Very important for me to get CP, so because Catalyst isn't a thing anymore. I know you collect Tyranids as well.
Yes.
And instead they have a strat called Rapid Regeneration.
Okay.
And you use that instead for your Catalyst saves.
So it's good to have at least like 1 CP in your pocket as a Tyranid player all the time?
Yes.
Okay.
So let's now go on to Minotaurs, turn 1. The Minotaurs want to extend their battle lines, control their home objective and any objective in no man's land. And they also want to go after the tempting target that I'll nominate in no man's land. In the Minotaurs command phase, they nominated the Haruspex as the Oath of Moment unit, and that will be the tempting target down there. So the Minotaurs are not getting that this turn. However, with the Desolation Marines holding on to the home objective, and the drop pod slamming down with the Assault Intercessors and the Infernus Marines over here, that is extend battle lines. Apart from that, the Space Marines are playing a bit cagey at the moment, waiting for portions of the red wave to come crashing towards their lines so they can get the jump. I mean, the Land Raider could have moved a bit further forward and there was a potential charge because it's an assault vehicle with the Terminators, but then you would have had 5 Terminators unsupported in amongst half of my army.
Just wading through mud through the Termagants. It wouldn't have been for a fun game, I don't think, because I just try and kill like as many as I can.
You'd have been locked up with some Termagants and she would have kept respawning them, and that would have been the Terminators for
like
the rest
a treadmill forever.
But similarly over here, the Chaplain with the Outriders could have burst a bit forward, but it would have been a stupid long charge to engage the Haruspex. This way you're tempting me forward a little bit. So the Space Marines being cagey, being Space Marines, not using any of the combat doctrines yet, Assault, Devastator or Tactical at this time, as we go into the Space Marine shooting phase. Start with the Typhoon, firing down at the Haruspex, hitting on 3s.
It's the heavy bolter.
Yes. And everything hits. And you're winning on 6s, it is toughness 11. And you're re-rolling a wound because of Oath of Moment. And that's a wound. And that's a failed save.
It's begun.
Then 2 cracked missiles streak across the battlefield, hitting on 3s, both of them hit. And winning on 5s, however, it is a tough old beast with the re-roll for Oath of Moment.
Oh yeah, of course. Oh, I'm liking this Oath of Moment. Well, not so much, but you know.
The Haruspex is on 12 wounds remaining, And now the Outrider squad with the chaplain unloads into them. Here's a lot of bolt rifle shots, hitting on 3s. Re-rolling, Oath of Moment. 6s to wound, and that is 1 wound so far. And then Oath of Moment. There's a lot less re-rolls in this edition. And it takes the save. Oh yeah, in the movement phase, Typhoon move, shoot, move. So it's move back behind the rock pile. Now we're going on to the Desolation squad, which step round so they could get line of sight into the Haruspecs. So 5 D3 shots for the Castellan rocket launcher, which hits on 3s, re-rolling. After the re-rolls, 2 missed, but it needs 6s to wound because this is an anti-infantry weapon. Re-rolling for Oath of Moment. And that is 2 more wounds, 2 more 3-up saves. Haruspecs makes the save. Now the 5 shots with the super crack.
It's a tough old beast.
Hit on 4s, but the re-roll for Oath of Moment. And we have 4 hits. Strength 10, but it is toughness 11. So
5s.
1 wound so far. 1 wound. AP -2. I need to make a 5. And I make the save. Then we moved along to the Biologus, who sniped out one of the little termagants here. And now we're on to the Land Raider Redeemer. There is a unit of 10 bugs here, which are going to get hit by the Flamestorm cannon.
Yeah.
Because you want to kill a unit utterly, so it can't spawn into it.
Exactly.
The Assault Cannon's going to rain into the unit that is now 19-inch strong. And there's a HK, which is coming across at the Haruspecs. What are we starting off with?
Let's start off with the Flamestorm. Let's try and toast the closest bugs.
Okay.
So it's D6 plus 3.
Each. This is 10 hits at strength 6, toughness 3, so wounding on 2s. And you're re-rolling 1s because I am in range of the marker that your dude said is the priority one.
Yeah.
And the Land Raider is within 6 inches of him.
It's a cool rule, I like it. It's a bit circumstantial, but it's helping here. Oh, still 1.
You're going to fry every single one but 1.
But 1. No!
So 1 little bug holding on to that objective there. Now the Assault Cannon raining into the other squad. 3s to hit, and that is 3 hits. And this is 2s to wound with twin linked, which you don't need. 5-up saves, and you kill 2 more. Then the HK streaks across the battle grid towards the Oath of Moment target, the Haruspecs, and hits on a 3.
It hits on a 2, Winters.
Hits on a 2.
If you're going to shoot once, you better do it right.
It hits. Strength 14. Wounds on a 3.
Finally wounded on something that's not a 5 or a 6.
And it wounds. What's the AP of the HK these days?
It is -3, Winters.
-3 becomes -2 because I've got cover. And I failed to save. How much damage?
D6.
Nice. For 2 damage. Next to the Land Raider, the Rhino's got a HK coming at the Haruspecs, and the Bolters are going to try and plink off.
That poor Winters, I am loving these extra things you can bolt onto the vehicles. It used to be like 5 points here, 10 points here, this, that. Now it just comes with it, gratis.
Here's the thing, why wouldn't they take one?
Exactly, yeah, you're right. In the law, they'd just be like, do you want this deadly missile strapped on the back? They go, yeah, go on then. Optional extras, they would, wouldn't they? Empress finest. Yeah. Right, we'll do the Hunter Kill first.
Right, okay, yeah. Apparently it hits on 2s.
Yeah, it does, 2+. Well, if you're going to... There we go.
On a Rhino. Rhinos are deadly now.
Hashtag new meta.
It wounds. Do I get cover? Yeah, I'm partially obscured.
Yeah, I would say so. -3.
Doesn't help me. D6 damage. For only 1 damage. You do have 2 CP.
Do you know what? I've got to, Winters. I've got to use the CP.
Okay.
I've proven how difficult it is to get through the hide of it, so I'm
Is it a dud?
Yay!
It isn't a dud.
It's a stud, not a dud.
Smashes into it. The Haruspecs is on 5 wounds remaining. Now 2 shots into the last remaining little bug. Both of those hit will wound on 3s. One of them wounds, 5-up save.
I re-roll the 1s because of the lieutenant. Oh no, he's not in range of the lieutenant. We found out that he has to be in 6-inch bubble of the lieutenant as well for it to work.
Yes. And I failed to save. You do kill that little bug, so at least I'm not spawning back into that unit. Now we're moving down to this flank, to the Incursors, shooting at the Warriors?
Yeah, I'll tell you for why. They've got a really cool rule
where
if they score just 1 hit on a unit, anyone else targeting them gets +1 to the hit roll.
Okay.
So here's my thinking, right? They get 1 hit through, maybe do some damage, then the Assault Intercessors can shoot them with +1 to the hit roll, get even more hits through.
Yeah.
And then the Infernus Marines can target the Gene Stealers. So
okay.
I'm spread betting.
Spreading the love.
It always works. Splitting fire always works.
3s to hit the Warriors then. Toughness 5 though. And that is a lot of wounds. Well, 4 wounds at least. I do get the plus to the armour here, because their armour is normally 4. Because you can't improve above a 3. So, one of them dies.
Look at that shooting. Go on, boys.
Then we're on to the assault intercessors, firing in at them.
Yes, we are indeed. Sergeant Jovan's got a plasma pistol. He won't be in range, sadly, because I love overcooking them bad boys. So it's just 4 heavy bolt pistols going in. But it's 2s to hit because they've got the +1 because of the incursors.
Okay.
Like marker lights for Space Marines.
4 of them hit. 5s to wound. No wounds.
Nada.
Okay, now we need to measure up and find out how many of the Infernus Marines can set the Gene Stealers on fire. 3 of them, see, and they're in range. 3d6 shots for 5 shots. New model syndrome kicking in there. Strength 5 versus toughness 4 though. And that is 3 wounds. So 3, 5+ invulnerable saves. You kill 1. They have 2 wounds each now. Kill 1. 1 is on, 1 wound remaining. And then after they get hit by Pyre Blasters, you have to take a Battle Shock test.
You do.
I rolled 3 dice because we're in Synapse.
Right,
there.
okay.
And I pass. After the Gene Stealers get set on fire, the Minotaurs rearm and reload their guns and stand patiently. They're not charging, a bit too far away for the charges yet. And they get 5 points for extending their battle lines. They're holding firm, waiting for the Tyranid tide to come crashing towards them. In Tyranids, turn 2. At the start of turn 2, we both gain a CP, and then I need to do a Battle Shock test. I've got the Haruspex down here, who is in Synapse range, and it passes. Overwhelming force. I've got to kill units in range of an objective marker, 3 points for 1, 5 points, capping to 5 points for 2, and assassinate. Kill any character. Okay, so I'm coming to assassinate. The Haruspex climbing over the wall here wants to assassinate your captain. Got loads of attacks, okay, Brat?
And no, not okay.
It's
not okay. It can just like... blah, blah. I don't like this.
I don't think I'm in range of his tongue.
It's 12 inches.
Yeah, it used to be 6.
Like,
it's 12 now. I'm in range.
Right, look, right. Let's get
I'm in range
the
of the unit.
tape out, right? You are in range. But look how long the tongue goes.
Yeah.
Have you...
That's a long tongue.
Like, right, so the model, it goes more than double the size of the model.
Yeah, it's...
I mean, I'm impressed.
If
I had a tongue like that, I tell you what, bloody heckers.
He's really good. Did you just say bloody heckers?
Bloody heckers.
Can you translate that to our American audience?
Very
please?
good.
Okay, right, okay. Behind them, here's the Pyrovores. With this, they've still got problems with a burning spray and some warriors. And round here, some warriors. Now, in the middle, move blocking is a thing, because you've got Terminators, lots of flamers there, lots of flamers on the Redeemer, and the assault dudes without jump packs in the Rhino there.
So what have you done, Winters?
So I'm trying to move block you a little bit.
Bit rude, isn't it?
It is a bit rude. It's a tournament top tip, that.
It's supposed to be a friendly game, and then we come and we're screening them. It says, I don't even know what move blocking was, but I thought it was going to do a Tetris, but here we are.
They all advance to get there. They do have assault weapons, and in the command phase, she can put in D3 plus 3 back again, so they're both up to 20-man squads, because that one was the one that was injured. So they're both up to 20-man. The heavy gun moved. The Tyranifex will be hitting on 3s, but I had to move it round because I need to start whittling down that Land Raider, or it's going to be a problem turn after turn after turn. Put some wounds in it. My big winged Hive Tyrant has jumped forward to take on the Assault Intercessors, and I've moved these guys round, look, my warriors, because the plan is get some shots in on the Infernus Marines before I go charging in, because otherwise you're going to nuke the crap out of me. And then the Morlock burst up here because it does mortal wounds when it comes bursting up. What? Your hands in the air, what?
I believe I've heard
that
you can Overwatch in the shooting, like you can do it before the charge phase, you can do it in the shooting phase.
In the movement phase, you can actually. Yeah.
So less of that chat, let's get some Overwatch on the go right now, shall we?
So you can Overwatch in the movement phase?
Right. I think it's probably for the best.
Okay, then I'll spend a CP on rapid regeneration.
Tit for tat, Winters.
What was that?
Now you're going to feel the full force of the Infernus Marines. I brought the dice tray because that's how many dice I'm going to need. I've got full faith.
Yeah.
There's going to be lots. I'm going to need more than the dice I've got.
Last time you only had 5 hits, though.
We don't talk about last time. We talk about this time, which is...
more than 5.
Bit better.
14. Auto hits on 3s.
Drop dice don't count, Minters.
It definitely don't count. 7 wounds come through on the Gene Stealers. They have a 5-up in Fun. I only make 2 of them. Then a 5-up Rapid Regeneration because they are in Synapse. 5s. You killed 2 of them. Morlock. Terror from the Deep. He's burst up, right?
Right.
Every unit within 12. So these guys, I don't want to roll a 1. I don't roll a 1. 2 to 4, D3 mortal wounds. The 2 mortal wounds, that will kill one of the incursors. And then we're doing the Infernus dudes. Don't roll a 1. I rolled a 5. Now, on a 5 or 6, it suffers 3 mortal wounds. Oof. And they must take a battle shock test.
Oh, no.
1 falls over, roll a 6 or more. They're not battle shocked. Whew. Behind the Infernus Marines, I've got 2 warriors here with Death Spitters, but they hit on 4s now. Only 2 of them hit. They're going to wound on nothing. Okay, no wounds. They can't overwatch again, though, when the Gene Stealers go flying in. Interesting. So instead of firing the warriors across at the Infernus Marines this way, there are 2 Venom Cannons in this squad, which have got a lot of range. So let's shoot at those big, chonky aggressors over there. 2d3 shots for 4 shots. Venom Cannons hit on 4s. That is 2 hits. Strength 9. Aggressors are toughness 6 now.
Yeah.
I don't wound. Right, let's keep shooting at them with the Termagants here, because they have assault weapons even though they advance. They're hitting on 5s, though, into your aggressors. But she gives them lethal hits. So 5s to hit. 6s auto wound with lethal hits. The 2 hits that I got will wound on 5s. Okay, 3 wounds. 3-up saves on your aggressors. And a tickle 1. And the second unit will fire in as well, but there's only 7 that are in range. Look at that. 3 of them auto wound. 3 more. 3-up saves.
3 more
on your aggressors. And a tickle 1 again. 1 is on 1 wound remaining, so let's finish it off with a Stinger Salvos from Big Mama. She hits on 3s. She doesn't get lethal hits. Strength 5 versus toughness 6. There's 1 wound. 1 3-up save. And he's still alive. Right.
What?
I found some more Death Spitters here, look.
What do you mean found them?
These guys.
Just
firing
in your
them as
pocket.
well.
Oh, yeah, no.
Yeah, found them. 4s, Death Spitters coming in hot. Gonna need 5s to wound. And a wound once. AP plus minus, you've got a 3 again, a 3-up save. Okay, easy. They're okay.
What a logo.
That's it for the shooting phase, except for the Harrow Specs with his grasping tongue of doom.
I forgot about him.
With precision hits. 1 attack. Hits on a 3.
That's all he needs.
It hits. Strength 6.
It's a strong tongue.
Toughness 5. You know, aggressors are toughness 6. I'd have thought they'd be toughness 5.
You would, wouldn't you?
Strong tongue, strength 6, yeah.
It's just a big, strong tongue.
Wounds on a 3. Now, who would command point this?
I want to see it happen. I do want to see it happen. Here we go, the tongue's in action.
It wounds. Now, because it's precision hits, I can apply the wound at AP minus 2
so this
to
guy,
Chaplain. No, not that. No, that guy.
Oh, right.
That guy.
Oh, right, okay.
But surely you have a Rosarius, a 4-up and Bun or something.
Yeah, I definitely do.
Does have a 4-up and Bun, but only 5 wounds. And
how many damage does it do?
D6 plus 1.
No, it doesn't.
D6 plus 1.
I've never seen.
If I grab you with my tongue, it's gonna.
If I don't get this 4-up vulnerable, there's a high likelihood he is gonna be tongued to death.
Yeah. Yeah.
I spent 2 weeks painting this model. Like,
is it a new model syndrome? Is it? This means.
But I don't mind him dying. But there's got to be better ways to go than a massive, giant, super long tongue. Anyway, come on. This needs. Come on. Oh,
yeah,
thank God.
He
Thank
makes
God.
it.
Survives the tongue lashing.
It hits the refractor field and he's like, no, he doesn't like it. Doesn't like it. Nah, blah. Okay. So now the Harrow Specs will try and charge.
Okay.
It's a 9-inch charge into your bikes. You've already done an Overwatch.
Can't do an Overwatch anymore.
And that's a 5. That's a failed charge. Now, Brap, it's a different phase.
Okay.
I've got 1 CP left. So I'm going to re-roll that.
You want to go for it?
I want to kill your Chaplain.
Oh, okay.
That's a failed charge. Okay, it didn't work. In the middle, they can't charge. There was some advancing. Over here, we have Winged Hive Tyrant versus Assault Intercessors. That's an 8. He'll make the charge. And then around here, the Gene Stealers with the Broodlord are going to go smashing into the Infernus squad. They'll make the charge, and Morlock needs a 9 to engage your incursors, infiltrators back here.
Yeah, incursors, yeah.
And that's a failed charge. So just the Broodlord and the Hive Tyrant go smashing in there, and you don't have enough CP to interrupt. The Hive Tyrant, the Gene Stealers, and the Broodlord make the charge. I'm going to start off with the Gene Stealers. Are you spending your 1 CP on anything Brap?
No, I was going to thinking about Armour of Contempt, which would be -1 AP to try and keep them alive, because with the new doctrines, they might be able to fall back, shoot, charge again. But I just don't think it's worth it considering how few CP we have, because I don't think enough of them are going to survive this brutal attack. So no.
So let's do a brutal attack. I'm going to hit. These are all the Gene Stealer attacks, hitting on 3s. And because there's a Broodlord, these are devastating wounds. No, 1 minute. You apply it, it's wounds. It's 6s to wound.
6s to wound,
yes.
Yeah.
So 4s to wound, a reroll wound rolls of 1, and if you were in range of that objective marker, I'd reroll all of these. Okay, so 1 devastating wound, and 6 5-up saves, each doing 1 damage. So that's another 2 dead. 1 is on 1 wound remaining. Then the Broodlord goes scree and strikes out 5 times on 2s, only for 3 hits. He is strength 5, strength 6, however. And he does get twin linked. Okay, so they all get through. They're all -2, 2 damage. So 3 more 5+ saves. And the unit get wiped out. Now, I can't consolidate anymore because I'm already in range of that objective marker.
Right.
So now we're going on to Winged Hive Tyrant versus Assault Intercessors. Monstrous Bone Sword and Lash Whip. 6 attacks, hitting on 2s. Only 3 hits get through. It is strength 9, however. And it is twin linked. But it's only -2. 3 5-up saves. 3 are dead. Then 4 extra attacks with monstrous scything talons hitting on 2s. And these are strength 7. So 2 more 5-up saves. The last ones were -3 damage. These are 2 damage. Ooh, 1's alive. Sergeant strikes back with an Astartes chainsword on 3s. And you hit 3 times, and then you're wounding on 6s, but re-rolling all wounds, because they're in range of an objective marker. There is a wound.
Come on, Sergeant, get him. Oh.
Just 1 wound.
-1.
I failed the save, but he has a 5-up feel no pain, which he fails as well. Now, I don't want to alarm you.
Don't alarm me.
Adaptive biology.
Right.
So there's a 5-up feel no pain, and then at the start of any turn when he's on less than 1 wound, lost a wound,
right,
he's now got a 4-up feel no pain for the rest of the battle.
So I took 1 wound off him.
Yeah.
So what you're telling me is that outcome there when I'm rolling the 6 and getting the 6 and going, that is the worst outcome that could have happened for me because he just took the 1 wound that buffed the rest of his save up.
Well, let me turn that frown upside down. Because I have an assassination, and I didn't assassinate anything.
True.
I also had overrun. Now, overrun means kill a unit entirely within range of an objective marker. And your Infernus weren't.
Yeah.
That squad of intercessors were. But they're not dead.
It's twisting and turning this game, and I like it.
I didn't overrun them. I didn't get assassinate. I don't rack up any secondaries at the end of turn 2 for the Tyranids.
Right.
So it's 15 points to 5 for the Tyranids as we go to Space Marines. Turn 2. In the Space Marines command phase, you're picking the tactical doctrine, so your little sergeant down here can fall back, shoot and charge.
What do you mean, little sergeant?
Well, he's tiny next to my Winged Hive Tyrant.
You'll see when he fires his plasma gun at his face.
Because you have to do that at the start of the command phase.
Yeah.
And you're also picking him for Oath of Moment, my Winged Hive Tyrant.
Yeah, that's right.
And the idea is you're going to absolutely fry him. However, you don't control that objective down there. You do control this objective down here.
Yes.
For 5 points, making it 10 to 15 in favour of the Tyranids, and your sergeant has to take a battle shock test at leadership 6, which he passes. Otherwise, falling back could have been a problem for him. So now let's find out what the orders are for the Space Marines. The Minotaurs want to capture the enemy outpost and defend their own stronghold. In the first battle round, the Minotaurs were cagey, enticing the Tyranids forward. Now in this battle round, they're preparing to counter-strike. Over here, the elite of the elite, the first company, come clamouring outside of the Redeemer, ready to go into the Oath of Moment target, my Warlord, my Winged Hive Tyrant. The Gene Stealers are not engaged with that drop pod, so they are in a free fire zone. And then round the middle, the assault squad got out of the rhino before it moved.
Yeah.
I don't know where they're going.
So they're sort of going to be a counterpunch, really, because I've got... There's something called move blocking, which I've learned today from top tournament player Winter's SEO. So they were a bit stuck. So at least when they're out, they can move and charge, and they can see what problems happening next. The aggressors are hopefully going to mop them up, but they can support if needed.
Okay, supporting. And you'll notice I moved them again, because termagants have a rule, which in your movement phase, if I'm in range, I can move again.
Yeah.
And I rolled a fat 6, so they come all the way forward. I want you to hit the first line, which gives me time to keep the second line alive. And I did ditch both of those orders, by the way, to get my extra CP.
Coward.
So Assassinate's gone.
Yeah.
I want to see what comes out next time and next time and next time.
Nice.
So the chaplain and the outriders are going straight towards the Haruspecs.
Listen, it's not going to tongue it to death. I'm going to punch it to death. He cannot be in the firing line of this thing once more. I have to do something. And that something is punch it in the face to death. Okay.
And then objectives. You need to defend this stronghold at the end of my turn. Yeah. And also capture the enemy outpost. So you do have another deep striking unit. The Vanguard vets came in around this side, and they want to go charging in against the warriors.
I'm not confident that this will work, but we'll give it a try.
Starting the shooting phase with the land speeder Typhoon, going at the Haruspecs one more time. This is round 2. Here are the heavy bolters. They all hit. You need 6s to wound, however. And you don't manage to wound. How about the missiles? Both of them hit, but can they break through the hide? You need 5s. Oh. Drop dice don't count.
They do not.
One of them gets through. I need to make a 5-up save. I don't make a 5-up save. This is D6 damage. It's only on 5 wounds remaining.
Can we kill it?
Can you hit the table with a dice?
Obviously not. Sorry, I'm trying to build up the tension.
4.
Ooh, close.
It's on 1 wound remaining. So, surely then, you're firing the bikers at the Haruspecs. Try and fill it full of lead.
Listen, I can't... We need to get rid of it, so this fist is going into that tongue. We're going to charge it and then wrap it in the fist.
Like grab his tongue and rip it out.
Yeah. I think get sick of it.
Okay.
So these are going to fire into the pyrovores. Okay. Now, this chaplain's got this... the new rule, catches them with fire, which is the name of the old litany.
Yep.
Any unit it's with, if you're within 12 inches of a unit, your ranged weapons get devastating wounds.
Are you in range?
Yes.
3s to hit. And they are toughness 6, so 5s to wound. And twin linked, so you can re-roll a wound. So no devastating wounds. In fact, only 1 wound comes through. And I fail the save. 1 takes up wound. Moving round the flank to the Desolation Marines, holding on to the home field objective for the Minotaurs. The big guns are going into the Winged Hive Tyrant. And then the little anti-infantry are going to stream across into the second unit of bugs over here, because you've already got a lot of flamers hitting the first unit of bugs. Yeah. 5d3 shots into the little bugs, which hit on 3s and wound on 3s. 6 5-up saves. You kill 3 of the little bugs. Then the super crack.
Stay in school. It's super crack. Don't do it. Right, 3s to hit. And then is it over moment reroll? Did you just get that? That was a delayed reaction. Yeah. I mean, it wasn't the best, but there you go.
Okay.
Look at that.
Strength 10.
Beauty. No wonder people like this unit.
Toughness 9.
And I reroll these because of over moment.
You do.
Woo!
4 wounds.
It's -2 Winters.
4 up and vulnerable saves. It's okay, I'll pass them all. Except for the 2 I fail. So, 2d6 damage.
It's d6 plus 1 each, so it's 2d6
I've
plus 2.
I've got a 4 up, feel no pain.
Mad.
I'm fine.
Oh, but it's not that mad.
6 feel no pains. Because of adaptive biology, I only make 1 of them. Whoa. The Winged Hive Tyrant's only on 4 wounds remaining. Then we came round here. The Biologus shot and missed a little bug, and the aggressors that he's with are going to flame him. They have d6 plus 1 shots each. So this plus 3. 16 hits, wounding on 3s. And it's twin linked. So you re-roll wounds. 13 wounds come through. They're behind a barricade, but these shots ignore cover. So 13 5-up saves. 8 of them die. Then around here, we have lots of bolt pistols coming in from the assault squad. And these will hit on 3s. And wound on 3s. Forcing 7 more 5-up saves. There's only 7 little bugs left in that squad now. Then we came around here. The lieutenant fired into the Oath of Moment winged Hive Tyrant and took a wound off of him. He's only on 3 left. Now the Incursors are lighting up the Gene Stealers. On 3s. And winning on 4s. With 5-up saves. We're next.
I'm loving this unit, right? Because they scored a successful hit.
Yes.
Anything else shooting that gets +1 to hit.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do is the drop pod and the rhino, I'm going to do it at the same time to save time. They're going to fire all their storm bolters into them. So it's 4 dice because from both. Yep. And it's hitting on 2s.
Yeah.
And he still gets 2 1s after all that preamble. Never mind.
2 wounds. Another one dies. There are only 4 Gene Stealers left, and one of them is on a wound. Then the last thing left to fire is the big, the nasty Land Raider Redeemer. And it was at this point, Winters remembers that he forgot to shoot it with his Tyranids effects. Mistakes were made.
You've got to. Like, you absolutely have to. We're friends here,
You're making me do it.
For the internet, listen up, internet. I'm saying he should do it. It's all fun and games. We're all friends here. Do it, Winters.
3s to hit. See, I forgot. So Zinch said no.
Ace. Yeah.
Strength 18, but toughness
Strength 18.
12. So 3s to wound. And it does wound.
What's the minus?
AP -4, but you're partially obscured, so -3, and it normally has a 2-up save, so 5-up save.
It's a 1, Winters.
It's a 1.
What's the damage of this bad boy?
2d6. Do you want to CP reroll it? It can't die to this shot, but it can be injured.
Yeah, I'm gonna CP reroll it.
Okay, alright then. See? You make the save. So that's what happened anyway. Like 5 minutes ago, it shot at the thing.
Please ignore the previous 30 seconds of footage.
Prayed to the Emperor, and that seemed to help, and the shot missed. And that is the end of the shooting phase. Now,
excuse me.
Oh no, the Land Raider Redeemer now takes some shots. Yes, sorry. Where's it going? It's in a target-rich environment.
You're going to have to come back to me because I genuinely don't know.
Oh, okay.
Make some decisions.
All right then. A few moments later, you're deciding to put all the Redeemer shots into the second unit of Termagants, because if you kill them in the shooting phase and kill that squad in the fight, there'll be no Termagants left.
Yeah.
Get rid of all the little bugs.
Get them out of here.
So 2d6 plus 6 auto-hitting shots from the big flamestorm cannons of death. Got 2 of them.
Oof.
14 wounds on 2s, re-rolling 1s because of the priority objective identified by your lieutenant. I don't get a save. 13 of them are dead.
Dead.
Then the twin assault cannon on 3s, and you get 5 hits. Wounding on 2s, strength 6, toughness 3. And you get 5 wounds through. Interestingly enough, assault cannons are AP dash, which is wrong. It's an assault cannon. 5-up saves. I failed 4 of them. And that was enough to wipe out the second unit of Termagants. They're completely wiped out. And then we moved on to the charge phase. The aggressors went wailing in there to the unit of Termagants. And around this side of the watchtower, my winged Hive Tyrant, my warlord, is engaged by the Terminators of the First Company and the Lieutenant. And there's still another charge to do. Your assault squad there, without jump packs, it's like a 4-inch charge around that side of this thing to make the Termagants as well. And that's a 5.
Just enough.
They just about make the charge as well. So the Space Marine counterpunch starts here. At the end of the charge phase, it looks like this in the center. However, I've got 2 CP in my hand. I gained 1 in the command phase and I ditched all of my objectives, so I could potentially interrupt. So we're going to start the fight phase with the Terminators versus my Hive Tyrant. Right, before you begin.
Okay.
Death Frenzy, fight phase, just after you've selected a target. Yeah?
Yeah.
1 Tyranid unit from your army, my Hive Tyrant, that was selected as the target of the attacks. Until the end of the phase, each time a model in that unit is destroyed, it can fight on a 4+.
Right.
So you normally do this on a big swarm, because then you got a 50-50 chance of half of them fighting. So I'm giving myself a 50-50 chance of him fighting.
That's cool.
If you kill him.
That used to be like the old Tyranid rule, like just used to be like a character, but I like that you can do it on a multiple model squad. That's really cool. I like that.
1 minute. Talking about forgetting things.
We forgot the most important thing down here.
The chaplain against the Haruspecs. You need a 5 or 6.
The fight of the century.
Yeah.
Oh, he's angry. He's angry, Winters.
He's very angry. You're doing the Instagram phase.
Come around here. Come and look at this, Winters. The chaplain's like, just the way it's, he's like pointing at him now, like, boys, straight for the tongue, cut it off.
Well, you know I said I was spending that CP on fight next with my thing.
What's happening, Winters?
Now we forgot. I'm not spending that CP anymore.
Okay, what are you doing?
I'm going to keep my 2 CP.
Right. Oh, now it's... Oh,
because now I can fight next instead. So do you want to start here with your chaplain, and then I'll fight next with my Lash Whip Bone Sword Monster of Doom?
Oh, no.
Or do you want to start over there with your Terminators, and then I'll fight next with the Haruspecs?
Oh no, I'm knackered myself.
The decision is yours. A few moments later. You're going to start here, because my Lash Whip and Bone Sword over there does 3 damage. Normally killing Terminators, 1 shot on them.
Yeah.
But you got Storm Shields, so you got 4 wounds.
And then as soon as I saw the data sheet for the Haruspecs, we didn't even get into combat with him, and I saw the number of attacks, then I was like, right, well that makes my job a lot easier to
18
decide.
attacks.
It's insane.
The chaplain swings his Crozius. He hits on 2s. And only hits twice.
Oh dear.
He's scared of the Haruspecs. Now, you do get +1 to wound though.
Yes.
So you're winning on a force.
Oh,
he doesn't wound.
Right, the bikers will do it, maybe, will they?
Astartes Chainswords from the Outriders.
Right, come on, boys, you got to.
3s. Then 5s to wound with the chaplain's buff. 2 wounds come through. AP -1. 2 4-up saves on the Haruspecs.
Come on, Winters, come on now.
Are you ready?
I'm so nervous. Oh! Now, how many CP we got left?
Well, technically I haven't spent that 2 CP.
So you've got the choice. Do you interrupt or do you try and save the tongue boy?
I feel like there's a bit of a grudge match going on here.
I think...
So first I'm going to spend the CP to try and to keep him alive. You know all the lovely new stratagems you can use? We're spending them all on CP rerolls.
But the thing, when it comes to stuff like this...
It's a grudge match.
I kind of want you to make the save. I don't, but then I kind of do. It's
50-50.
Spicy.
He's alive.
No.
He's alive on 1 wound remaining. The charge of the chaplain just bounced off the Haruspecs.
No.
It does mean that I can't interrupt. So we're going to come down here and fight with the first company. Right, first up, I've got to take a battle shock test. I passed my battle shock test. Next up, you got 15 attacks, but you are hitting on 4s.
I am indeed.
However, Oath of Moment is still in effect. So you can re-roll all of those misses. Re-rolling. It helped a bit. Strength 8, toughness 9. 5s.
Oh, that'll do.
Oath of Moment.
Oh, yeah. Holy mackerel.
That's 4 wounds so far. 5 wounds in total, each doing 2 damage. He has 4+ invulnerable saves and 3 wounds remaining.
Oof. Can I do it?
Oh dear. So that is 6 wounds.
Right.
On 4-up feel no pain. Adaptive bio. Can I do it? I need to make at least 4 4s. That's not enough 4s. On a 6 with Deadly Demise, that's not a 6. He would have lashed out and taken 1 with him. But that is Slay the Warlord. Of course, the first company claim their prize, slaughtering that winged hive tyrant. Now we're coming across to the middle. And you want to try and kill all this squad with the aggressor unit, because then your Biologist gets an OC of 9.
Yeah, if they kill it, if him or his unit kills a squad outright in melee, then he becomes OC of 9. So I'm gonna try that.
Fortunately for you, though, you can go with the assault squad first, because there's only 1 that can legally fight this squad.
Yeah, let's swing the Eviscerator first, shall we?
What's it got?
It's got 3 attacks base.
Yeah.
It's sustained hits, so 6s explode.
Yeah.
Strength 7, -2, 2 damage. It's quite a beefy weapon. It's a 2-handed chainsword wielded by an 8-foot superhuman, so you'd expect it to be pretty good.
1 minute. Did you just say sustained hits?
Yes.
What did I tell you at the very start of this battle report?
What did you tell? Oh. Oh no.
Sustained hits.
Oh no.
I may have rolled a 6 or 2 earlier. So I may have had exploding dice earlier.
Good job we caught it halfway through the bloody game.
It's only turn 2, it's fine.
It's fine.
It'll be fine.
Remember, I'll get it tattooed on my forehead for the rest of the game. How about that?
Alright, let's see if you can hit with the Eviscerator. And if you get any 6s. No.
No, but he hit once.
Okay. Right, you kill 1.
Kill one.
And now you can go onto the aggressor squad. I can't remember all the rules. I can't remember.
It's the first time that like Tyranids have had exploding sixes, though, right?
It's the first time I played them in this edition.
So, like, I used to have it with Minotaurs in combat in 9th.
Yeah.
But if I was playing Tyranids and it's like in your brain. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
I know.
You don't remember it when you're playing with Tyranids. But we're gonna catch it from now on. 5. You always taught me that it's better to learn these lessons and it all kick off and go horribly wrong because you remember the lesson twice as much.
Yeah. You need it to go badly because then it stings and then you remember it.
And that is our excuse and we're sticking with it, alright?
Yeah, okay.
Right, so these are the aggressors.
They hit on 4s though, right?
They hit on 4s, yeah.
So you could whiff this.
I could.
So 4 hits, you're going to kill them on 2s.
Yeah,
there's 6 there, by the way.
Also, the apothecary. What? Hang on. We've got lethal hits.
Okay.
In combat and shooting.
So that wounds.
So that wounds automatically, right?
Right. And the other 3 will kill on 2s. Right, you kill 3 of them. There's 3 left for your Biologus.
Here he comes. He's going to swing his big container of goop at him.
Hitting on 3s.
Come on, Biologus. You can do this. Can he do this?
Is that sustained hits?
Yeah, because he's part of the unit.
Okay.
Woo!
Just a close combat weapon, though. Strength 4, toughness 3.
Oh, Winters, the dream is alive. The dream is alive, Winters. Come on.
5 up saves. You do wipe the squad. Just.
And now he's got an OC of 9. Because he's in his little bucket he carries around with him.
Yeah.
It is absolutely full to the brim in here. Full to the brim of Tyranid bits.
He's stuffed one in there, yeah.
He's got loads of different eyeballs and all sorts now.
Right, we're back to the grudge match. Haruspex versus Chaplain.
Bring it on.
Here is his Ravenous Maw. No precision hits in close combat.
No.
And he's hitting on 4s now because he's slightly poorly.
And he has to wade. So he has to wade through the bikers. Is that what you're saying?
Do you know that's 6? Oh no, you're not infantry, so that doesn't count anyway. It's only 6s.
Yes, come on.
Okay. Strength 7, wounding on 3s. 3 wounds. They're -1, 2 damage though. So 3, 4 up saves. 2 damage comes through. But I've got 4 more attacks with my shoveling claws. And these will hit on 4s.
Okay.
And it hits 3 times.
That's pretty good.
These are strength 14.
He's not messing about.
-2, D6 plus 1 damage. So
Holy.
3 5 up saves.
Right, okay.
You make one of them.
Make one of them.
But the injured one gets eaten.
Gets chomped.
And then another one only takes 2 wounds.
Oh.
And at the end of that combat, we are locked up here. And then we remembered another close combat rap. You had a charge phase round here with your Vanguard vets.
Oh my god.
Because you
I
got
can't see him behind the rock.
Storm hostile objective.
Yes, let's
this
try
is
and storm it.
9-inch charge. Good luck. And that's an 8. You do have 7. Sorry, you do have 1 CP left. You could CP reroll it because it seems to be what we're doing with all our CPs today.
I mean, why not?
Why not?
Treat myself.
Why not?
Why treat myself, you know?
And that's a 10.
There we go.
The Vanguard veterans go flying in there. So, Vanguard veterans attacking with heirloom weapons.
Yeah. And then also the special rule they've got is if they charge,
yes,
the heirloom weapons become lethal hits on charge. So 6 is automatically wounds. So there's 20 dice, 4 attacks each. 2
lethals come through, the rest wound on 4s. And I have 7 5-up saves to make. Each one of these does 1 damage. You kill 1, cut 1 down to 1 wound. But don't get through the squad. Then they fight back. Now the warriors get to fight back. My strength, AP and damage is exactly the same.
Mirror match.
But I got more attacks on 3s. So we're wounding on 3s and 16 4-up saves. Maybe you shouldn't have made that charge because there's 1 dead, 2 dead, 3 dead,
4 dead,
4 dead, and the sergeant on a wound.
Oh no!
That kind of backfired.
A little bit.
Right.
Yes.
You know your sergeant's left on 1 wound.
Yeah, the heroic sergeant.
Sustained hits. I just remembered.
Oh yeah, you got exploding 6s.
4 of them hit. 4 of them were 6s.
Right, okay.
So your heroic sergeant needs to take 2 more saves.
You thought he'd done enough.
He is. He's still alive. He's still alive.
Oh.
See, that's what happens when you forget. Zinch says this is the way the It happens. That's what happened here. Okay, so that is the end of turn 2 for the Space Marines. They have launched their counterattack, and in some places, not so good. In other places, awesome. The Vanguard veterans charging the Warriors and the Chaplain versus the Harrowspecks. I feel like this grudge match might go on forever. But down in the middle, the Land Raider Redeemer is untouched, the Assault Marines are untouched, the Aggressors are untouched, the Desolation Marines untouched, and I started this battle with 20 Termagants, sorry. I say 20, 50.
Lots. Don't diminish my endeavours. I killed loads.
You killed loads. You wiped out every single one and have sunk my battleship by taking down the Winged Hive Tyrant. You haven't captured my outpost though, so it's still 15 points to Tyranids to 10 points to the Minotaurs. However, at the end of the Minotaurs' turn, if you're still in control of that objective down there, you will get 5 points for defending your outpost. So it's a very close game. We're in the meat. We're in the thick of it now as we head on to Tyranids, turn 3. Right, first up we have some battle shock tests, starting off with the Broodlords unit, leadership 7, and they're okay. The Warriors, leadership 8, 7 as well, they're okay. Around here we're good, everything's good, until we get to the Harrowspecks, who I really want to be able to fall back so I can shoot and hurt the unit of bikes. And we're good, we pass our battle shock tests. The Tyranids also pick up 10 points on the primary. Now let's find out what the will of the hive mind is. Adding on the primaries, it's 25 points to 10 to the Tyranids, and they want to extend their battle lines, control their home objective and one in no man's land, and bring it down. Start tearing apart these vehicles. In the Tyranid movement phase, the Morlock feels the will of the hive mind to eat as much metal as possible and sees a drop pod and thinks there's loads of iron, there's loads of minerals in that. Let's try and eat that drop pod, backed up by this unit of warriors, while the remaining Gene Stealers hop up and over the barricade and try and get the... I don't like their thing. Incursors? They must die.
The plus one to hit thing's cool, isn't it?
It is cool. We're basically avoiding Thunderhammer Terminators. In the middle, Trigon is going to go straight... No, Tervagon, that's the one. Big Mama is going to go straight into Land Raider, after I've softened it up with shots from the Tyrannofex one more time. Over here, Warriors can fall back, shoot and charge. So I've fallen back from the last Vanguard veteran. We're going to gun him down. And if it doesn't kill him with the shooting, we'll go charging in. And then the fight that everyone is waiting for, the Harrowspecks is backed out of combat.
Don't worry, viewers, I gave him lots of abuse for it as well.
Well, I've got like Synapse Creature here, Synapse Creature here. They've both told him, you've done enough, buddy. He's leaking. His entrails are spilling on the floor. He's on 1 wound remaining. They're like, pull back. We've got this.
We've got this from here.
We're going to eat all the soft meat now.
He's so hungry.
He's so hungry, but he can't shoot in with his tongue because he's chopped it off.
True.
So we'll start over here. And the Pyrovores will spray their burning spray all over the Outriders. D6 plus 1, auto hitting torrent attacks at strength 6, wounds on 3s, 8 4-up saves. You did well. You only failed 2 to kill the guy in the middle. And their special rule, burning spray, means that you can't get any benefit of cover when the Death Spitters fire in at the same target. The Death Spitters are going to hit on 4s, and I hit 5 times. And at strength 5, I'm going to wound on 4s, 2 4-up saves. And that's another wound. So, Stinger Salvo from Big Mama coming over into the Outrider unit as well. That is 5 hits and 2 wounds, 2 3-up saves. That's another wound. And the Stinger Salvo from the T-Fex is going to hit them as well, while the big gun, the Rupture Cannon from the T-Fex, goes straight into the Land Raider. Here's the Stinger Salvo. Everything hits. 4s to wound. That is 6 wounds. Look at those Winters logos.
Hot.
6 3-up saves. And the second Outrider falls, and the Chaplain takes his first wound. Rapid spending the CP got this turn to pop cover. So, pop smoke, sorry. So, 3s to hit with the big gun of doom. It is strength 18, and it doesn't even wound as it fires into the smoke screen around the Land Raider. Then next to the Tyrannofex, the warriors gun down the last Vanguard veteran. And then round here, the Death Spitters from this squad as well fired into the drop pod and did nothing. So that is the end of the shooting phase. We're now going to charge Morlock into drop pod. That's a charge. Broodlord and Gene Stealers into Incursors. That's a charge. Big Mama wants to try and charge your Land Raider Redeemer. And that's a charge. Wait, there's more. Coming all the way around here to Unit of Warriors number 1 versus Chaplain. There's a 6 they get in. And Unit of Warriors number 2 versus Chaplain. That's a 4. That might be a failed charge. That is a failed charge. So we'll start the fight phase with the first unit of Tyranid Warriors hacking down the Chaplain on 3s. Brap.
Yo.
2 sustained hits.
We remember it.
No, 1 minute. It's a bike. It's a bike. I don't get it.
Right, okay. So you remembered when you couldn't do it.
6 wounds.
6 wounds.
6 wounds at -1.
Alright, I got this.
1 damage.
I got this. I don't... Oh no.
The Chaplain gets
No!
ripped apart.
No!
It was the perfect trap. See, we used the Haruspex as a bait. It's a dumb tank. It's a monstrous thing. And it didn't... Yeah, that was the plan. And you know what?
What?
I can use that to consolidate, to get in range of an objective marker and get back this side of the barricade like that. How do you like them apples?
Not very much. That's good though. Tyranid Warriors, very strong. I like them.
Really?
They're doing work for you. All on this battlefield, they're doing work.
They are at the moment.
Good in combat,
actually.
good shooting. I like them.
Let's do the Turvagon, not Turvagon, Trigon.
No, it's Turvagon.
Is it?
Yeah, you got it right.
Big Mama attacking Redeemer. Massive Scything Talons with a strike attack. I hit 3 times. Strength 9, she needs 5s. 2. 2 at -2, so 2 4-up saves on the Land Raider Redeemer. And you fail them both.
Eek.
2d6 damage.
Quite strong.
For 6 damage.
Alright.
The Redeemer's on 10 wounds left, and now a Morlock's going to hit a drop pod with 16 attacks. Hitting on 3s with Morlock Scything Talons. It only missed twice, and 3s to wound. 10 5-up saves. That's 9 wounds.
I think it's dead, you know.
Really? In 1 round? It is dead. It's got 8 wounds. Does it deadly demise?
No.
It doesn't deadly demise. That is one of my bring it down targets. I actually managed to take out a vehicle. Brilliant. And now the Broodlord and the Gene Stealers will attack the Incursors. The Broodlord has 5 attacks which hit on 2s, and at strength 6 it'll wound on 3s, but twin linkered. Okay, that's devastating and will kill 1. And these are 4 5-up saves. And the Incursors get wiped out as well. The Tyranids have destroyed every single target they attacked, apart from the Redeemer that gets to rev its engines and try and run over Big Mama. Lots of attacks. Hitting on 4s?
Yeah, vehicles are... Like, this Land Raider can attack. It's an unusual feeling. 2 hits.
Right.
Strength 8.
Toughness higher than that. No. Doesn't wound. It just bounces off the front of the Trigon. No, Turvagon. At the end of Tyranid's turn 3, they have completed the will of the hive mind by taking out one of those vehicles and extending their battle lines. More than that, they've pushed the Space Marines back, so they only control this one objective down here. But the Space Marines still have many threats. The Despoilers, the Aggressors, the Assault Squad, and of course, I haven't even touched the first company yet, the Terminators. So let's find out how the Space Marines respond in turn 3. In the Space Marines turn, this lone sergeant here passed his battle shock test, because you can end up failing and then passing, then failing, then passing as the game goes on. He's going to be forced to make one at the start of every single turn. And you've declared the Morlock as the Oath of Moment thingy-bob.
I have.
And you've also declared Advance and Charge Assault Doctrine is in effect, because the plan is to get loads of bodies around here, get around Big Mama, and rip her apart. Let's find out what the orders are. With 5 points on the primary and by defending their home objective, it is 20 points to the Space Marines. The Tyranids have 33, so they're only 13 points behind. And they want to storm a hostile objective, an objective that the Tyranids control, and kill any character. And Big Mama, she's a character. After the movement phase, the last remaining Typhoon staying on this flank because it's in a target-rich environment. And then in the middle, after advancing all the way around, we have the Assault Marines and the Aggressors and the Land Raider, which can shoot into close combat, everyone trying to assassinate and tear that character apart. And you've already stormed a hostile objective here, because you've taken that one off of me, while the Desolation Marines are ready to fire in some shots as well. And then round this flank, that Morlock that had its lunch by chewing apart a drop pod, not a lot of soft meat in there, is about to be attacked by the Terminators. But before that, we go into the shooting phase. As ever, we're starting the shooting phase with the Typhoon, firing down with a heavy bolter into the Gene Stealers, missile launchers, hitting the Haruspecs and 1 wound remaining. Here's the heavy bolters. And 2 of them hit, and they wound on 3s, and they don't wound. Will the missile launcher actually, Matt drop dice don't count, manage to hit the Haruspecs? Yes, both of them hit. But
come on, for the chaplain. Wound. For the chaplain, revenge. No!
Moving down the line to the Desolation Marines, the anti-infantry shots coming into the infantry, the Gene Stealers. But the Super Crack, stay in school kids, coming at the Morlock. 5d3 anti-infantry shots. I'm spending a CP on the... No, I'm not now, actually. I was thinking about spending a CP on the fielding of the Pains, but I'm outside of Synapse range.
Right.
So I don't think it's worth it, because if you're in Synapse range, it's a 5-up feel no pain.
All right.
But if you're outside of Synapse range, it's only a 6.
No, that's not quite...
It's not, no.
It's hard to get 6s.
Yes.
But it is for us. Right.
Well, for example, I've not had hardly any sustained hits this whole battle. Those 6s.
Just a weird coincidence. No, we didn't forget anything.
No.
You didn't see nothing. Right, this is the Castellan launchers into the Gene Stealers.
Number of shots.
This is I've already rolled for number of shots.
This is the number of hits.
Number of hits, yeah.
I'm glad you're here. At least someone knows what's going on. So that's 6 hits, 4s to wound. That is 2 wounds. You kill one of them was injured. Super Crack.
Super Crack.
Into Morlock with Oath of Moment. And 4 of them hit. Toughness 10, Brat.
It's a tough old bug, isn't it?
It is. But 3 wounds come through with Oath of Moment. Still 3 wounds come through. It needs to make 3 5-up saves. Make 0 of them. So this is 3d6 damage.
Plus 1 each as well.
Really?
They're pretty strong.
Plus 3 to this roll. Woo! That is 14 wounds. It's got 14 wounds.
No, it hasn't.
It's got 14 wounds.
No, it hasn't.
Deadly Demise. And it lashes out and hurts things around it. Look, 14... It doesn't have Deadly Demise. How come it's like a big bug that doesn't have Deadly Demise?
You'd think if anyone was going to thrash about, it's this boy that comes burning out from the ground, right?
Yeah. More shots from the Rhino came into the Gene Stealers. Now your sergeant's overcooking a plasma and trying to shoot them in the face. And he hits. Wound on a 2. He wounds. I fail the save. It kills 1. Now it's hazardous. On a 1, he gets removed. Because you overcooked.
Go on, lad.
The first time he pulled the trigger on the plasma pistol, it malfunctioned and blew up in his face. What?
He misses his friends.
Yeah, he wanted to go and join them.
I'll come and join you, brothers, but let me just kill his...
So now we're moving down into the melee in the middle, and the aggressors who want to charge Big Mama are flaming all their flame-ons into the warriors, and now I'm spending a CP.
Now it's time.
Yeah, ignore the feel no painness.
Okay.
So, number of auto hits.
This is d6 plus 1 for each of them.
Winning on 5s. In the end, only 2 wounds come through. 2 4-up saves and a feel no pain. One of them takes a wound. Then bolt pistols flew in as well, and I make the saves. And that is the end of the shooting phase. No, it's not. There's a Land Raider Redeemer firing at Turvagon at point blank range. Firing everything.
Everything!
So 2d6 plus 6 auto hits with the flames. Strength 6 versus toughness 11. 5s to wound. That is 3 wounds at -2. And 4 damage in total. She starts off with 16.
It's quite a lot of wounds.
Assault cannon hits 5 times and will wound on 12s.
Wound on 12s?
Well, she's toughness 12.
Wound on 12s.
Wounds at a 6. 2-up save. Makes the save.
Winters, I don't want to alarm you, but it's
What?
twin linked.
Is it?
So I get to re-roll these, don't I?
Okay.
Look at that. I mean, it doesn't make a difference, like, but...
Thanks for wasting everyone's time. She's on 12 wounds remaining, and that is the end of the Minotaurs shooting phase. A lackluster shooting phase still managed to wipe out 2 of the Gene Stealers and destroy the Morlock over here. But because the Morlock exploded under the rocket fire, it doesn't give the Terminators any targets to charge. Unless, of course, you want to charge back towards your lines and try and engage these Gene Stealers.
You're damn right, that's
which
exactly
are going to rampage along your line, so it's probably, yeah. Okay, I think it's like a 9-inch charge. Let's see if they make it.
Should we do it?
I'm ready.
Let's go.
Oh,
so
8.
close.
Turns out it was enough, 8-inch charge. So you do manage to engage the Gene Stealers. Then in the big mosh pit in the middle, aggressors and assault marines are climbing all over the Tervagon. So in the centre, the assault marines are desperately trying to claw the Tervagon down and break the Redeemer out of close combat and secure this listening installation. And at the start of the fight phase, they can pick a thing.
Such a cool rule.
And you're picking Lance?
Yeah, so assault marines, when at the start of the fight phase, remember they fight, not when they charge, just when they fight at all times, they can choose what to do with the chainsaws. Now this is only for assault marines without jump packs, and they can either have lethal hits, sustained hits, or they can have lance.
Yeah.
And I'm picking lance because A, it's a cool rule, and so like I could either choose 6's auto wound or I get +1 on the wound, and I think, I'm not a mathematician, but I think I would rather go for that easier chance to wound than rely on 6's.
Particularly when you've got 36 attacks before you even throw the sergeant in
36
there.
attacks, Winters. I can't even hold the dice properly.
Yeah.
I can't believe it. Let's go. 3's to hit.
And because the assault marines are within 6 inches of the lieutenant, that made this objective the priority target. After all the hits, you're winning on 5s and re-rolling any wound rolls of 1. And there's only 1-1.
Only 1-1.
Only 4 wounds came through in total.
Just 4. All them dice.
I take up wound.
At wound.
And I don't think I mentioned it on camera, but I did spend the last CP that I've got for the 5-up for no pain, rapid regeneration. So I don't take.
You don't take anything.
I want her to pull you into her black hole of death for as long as possible.
She's doing well.
She's doing okay. So no wounds so far. We've got the Eviscerator from the Sergeant.
Hitting on 4s, misses all the times.
Okay.
Let's not talk about that.
Right.
Let's do the aggressors, shall we?
Yes. Now the aggressors with the Flamestorm, they're hitting on 4s.
And it's lethal hits because of the apothecary, so that one automatically wounds.
Okay. And then the other 3 will wound on 5s. 2 wounds. And -2. 2 4-up saves. And then the Feel No Pain. She's okay. I like these dice that you got.
They're quite nice, aren't they?
They're really good. You got the Biologus next.
Can he do it?
He hits 3 times. Doesn't wound. Wow.
Bounce.
So you threw all of them in to the Tervagon and nothing happened. The will of the hive mind draws you in here. I want to keep you locked up for as long as possible next to this listening observation post, so all the rest of the hive mind can spin around the edges and pick you apart bit by bit by bit. What? I was narrating.
Still got attached with the Land Raider.
Oh yeah, I got the attacks of the Land Raider, but defenders get to fight first. Before we do that, because there's another charging unit, you have the Terminators over here that can pile in and fight the Gene Stealers. 4 of them can fight, because rules are janky. You have to be in base contact with the unit in front. So, 4s?
4s.
How much you get, Brap?
3.
3.
These Winter's dice, available soon. Well, don't buy the red ones. Buy them all, I'm only joking.
Well, no, these are your special custom ones that you had made for
It won't be as... Yeah, these are the...
I mean, no one will have these dice but you.
Maybe that's for the best.
Well, the blue ones are lovely. Look,
They are
2
nice.
5+ invulnerable saves. See, I make one.
Oh my god, Winters, get out of town!
Only one of the Gene Stealers falls over. And come here. And then I get to fight you back. Well, first, before defenders hit back with a Land Raider, I think the Trigon should try and hit that Land Raider. Striking again with the massive scything talons and hitting twice. And at strength 9, not wounding. Okay, the Land Raider can rev its engines one more time and try and crush a claw, a toe. Forced to wound. Oh, no wounds.
Okay.
No hits at all.
Huh.
ever. Sorry.
Oh.
Gene Stealers attacking the Terminators?
Please.
I just realised again after all this time, the Broodlord's got a thing called hypnotic gaze. You know, like there's no psychic phase anymore.
Yes.
And it's all on the data sheets.
Baked in.
Would you believe it? But the Broodlord's got 1 baked in on his data sheet.
What does it do?
-1 to hit me.
It wouldn't matter anyway. I was rolling so low that it...
Well, you only killed 1.
Alright, just don't you forget your 6s explode as well.
I won't forget my 6s. Who could forget my 6s explode
Let's
as
go.
the Broodlord
Look at that. Now
hits
we've
your
got
back.
the 6s.
See that? 5 attacks, 6 of them get through.
It's a beautiful thing.
Wounding, strength 6. Wounding on 3s. It's twin linked. You know what? Here's a top tip. Because it does devastating wounds. So I'm going to pick up even the successes.
It's cheeky. It's cheeky.
Fishing for... Well, you got invulnerable saves.
I like it. No, I'm into it.
It doesn't help me. It makes it worse. That's 2 wounds and then 2 invuns.
Alright, 2 invuns.
Okay.
Make 1 fail 1. What's the damage?
And then the 2 mortal wounds as well. It's a total of 4 wounds in total. They have 4 wounds each.
1's dead.
He wipes out 1. Then the last remaining Gene Stealer, he'll strike out at you and hit on. No, there's an extra attack. And hits 3 times. And will wound on 5s. Rerolling the wound. No, twin linked. Reroll the 1. 1 more devastating wound.
So it's an automatic...
1 wound, yeah.
Right, okay.
When you're with the Broodlord, you get devastating wounds. That's the end of that combat. That's the end of that fight. I thought Hammonators were supposed to go through Gene Stealers like a hot knife through butter, but that kind of bounced.
I've seen Space Hulk the board game. I was expecting that too, but here we are.
Talking about bouncing, have we mentioned the fight in the middle?
I'd rather not. Let's just move on.
Let's rack up some points. You have stormed a hostile objective.
I have
5 points. We're not mentioning assassinate.
Let's not mention that.
No. So at the end of the turn, the Space Marines are only 8 points behind as we go on to Tyranids, turn 4. Before we go on to the Tyranids orders and movement phase, we need to find out what's battle shocks. Starting over here with the Harris specs, they pass. These warriors are okay. These warriors okay. Big Mama's okay. These warriors could potentially fail. And they don't fail. And the Broodlord over here is out of synapse range. So just 2d6, leadership 7. And they pass. So we're passing all of our tests all over the place. We're going to get 10 points for the primaries, which means the Tyranids are 18 points in the lead. And the orders are area denial, make sure there's no enemies within 6 inches of the centre, and the centre is swarming with enemies. And secure no man's land, take 2 objectives in no man's land. I'm already on 1. The second one is quite far away though. After the primaries, it's 43 to 25 for the Tyranids, but not a lot of output is going to happen for the Tyranids this turn, mainly because there's quite a bit of advancing going on. The unit of warriors here is advancing to try and get in your backfield, and the Haruspecs rolled a fat 6. It might be on 1 wound remaining, but it's very, very angry. And the idea is in the next turn, in turn 5, both the warriors and the Haruspecs might be able to get in there to do something to turn the tide, because I'm not area denying right now. You're all over the centre. Brap.
Yo.
You know you couldn't shoot into close combat before because tanks.
Yes.
You can now.
All right.
You can shoot in so long as you target a vehicle or a monster.
That makes sense.
What it means is I can shoot your tank.
Right.
And you can shoot the Tervagon.
Well, that kind of makes sense because all you got to do is just aim your guns a little bit higher and you'll hopefully clip one of the big things, right?
Exactly. -1 to hit though when you shoot in and out. You can't shoot the things that are in combat with it.
Right.
But yeah, you can't shoot them.
I like that. That's a cool rule.
While they're clawing all over it. Now, round here, I do need secure no man's land and a pre-measured. This unit of warriors needs a 5 on an advance roll to get there.
I believe in you, winners.
And I got a CP this turn. I mean, you're up to 2 now, so I'm thinking, because seeing as we're only using CP to reroll, basically.
To show off the new stratagems.
Yeah, a 5+. That's a 4, so let's do the CP reroll. That's a 4. They're definitely not getting on that objective. There's your lieutenant there. Should I be scared of him? I think I'm going to hide behind this barrier, hide behind there instead.
He's got that. Mind you, he has got a bit of one of the mates on the floor.
I've got an idea.
Oh, what's
we
this
were
idea?
Here, so we're moving 10, so we'll get over there instead, because then we're in range of them for synapses.
That's clever, Winters.
Yes. So now we're going to shoot. I don't think Death Spitters are assault weapons. Let me check. I was thinking about shooting at your lieutenant, you see.
All right.
But 2 reasons why I can't. 1, they're not assault weapons, and 2, he's got lone operative and he's more than 12 inches away. I can't shoot him. He's blending in.
Skulking about.
Yeah, that black is all now it's like in Predator. It's like all brown and stuff. So I can't even shoot him with these warriors. So the only thing that is shooting or doing anything this turn is Tyranids trying to kill that Land Raider while it's in close combat. And I'm hitting on... I stayed still, so 2s back to 3s because shooting at something in close combat. And one of them hits.
Oh.
3s to wound. It wounds.
Do I get a save?
You get a 6-up save against this. You get a 3. How many wounds is it on left?
10 left, Winters. What's the damage?
2d6.
Could do it.
It's 5 damage. It's on 5 wounds remaining. And now we fight. No damage caused to the Minotaurs at all at the end of the Tyranids shooting phase. And we're going to get back to the fight below the Watchtower. Because Broodlord and Genestealers do have the potential to put out devastating wounds. So the first company last turn whiffed.
Yes.
So you're going to start here again.
Yes.
Now I've got to remember my Broodlord psychic thing.
It's minus 1 to hit, right?
I think so. It might need a dice roll. Hypnotic Gaze. At the start of the fight phase, select one enemy unit in engagement range. Minus 1 to hit. Oh, it just goes off.
Oh, well, that's handy.
So your hammers normally hit on 4s.
So my first company, the Loyal Space Marines, and I hit on 5s.
Yeah.
The indignancy of this.
Oh, they get a few hits through though.
Oh.
6 go through. 2's to wound. Okay, that works. 6 wounds. On that fella, he's dead. Right.
He died.
Then the Broodlord. 4-up invulnerable save on the Broodlord. He's dead as well. They work. It works. The Hypnotic Gaze didn't help me. So now we're on to the fight in the middle. I feel like my Tervagon has had enough times smacking at your tank. And you're about to hit me with a lot of attacks.
Yeah.
So...
Are you going to try and thin out the herd of me?
Let's thin the herd. 1 minute. You're doing a thing.
Tactics with Brap.
Okay.
Winter's told me this, so it's not my tactics. But I like the new consolidation rules. Once you've defeated a unit in combat, you can only consolidate if it gets you within range of an objective, or into another enemy unit.
Otherwise you stand still.
Otherwise you just can't do it, which I like it because it stops all that free movement craziness that's a bit intimidating when you're a new player, right? So I like that. You can only do it this. But down here, the Tyranid warriors, I fancy it, you know. I can take the hit. They're going to shoot me anyway. They might not charge. They might get over there. I can stop them and I can control what they're doing now. So I'm going to consolidate into the Tyranid warriors because I can.
I like it.
Thank you.
They jump back over the barricade. It looks like this. Now we're going on to the Tervagon. I thought about it, but I'm going to hit that Land Raider. I really want it dead. Let's do the strike attacks.
Match now.
3s to hit and 5s to wound. No wounds. Right, now you can hit me back. So Assault Marines, round 2, 36 attacks with Lance.
Do you know what
it happens every time into Tervagon. What?
I'm going to change it up because I can.
Yes.
I'm going to go to lethal hits, so 6s automatically wins.
Okay.
I'm just going to mix it up.
Trick
myself.
This time he rolled 1 6 and thought...
It was all game. He's rolled 1 6. It's not making a difference here, is it?
3s.
Look at them all. Look at them all. Winters capped over 6s.
Okay, that was a better life choice. 8 6s so far. The rest are wound on 6s. And
come on, Winters. Here come the Assault Marines.
That's like 10 6s in total. No, 12 6s in total.
Winters.
8, 12. Minus 1 AP. So 3-up saves. She's got 12 left. Now she's got 7 wounds left.
Oof.
Then you have the Eviscerator.
Yeah. 4s. Eviscerate it. Eviscerate it, lad. 1.
1.
Right.
6s to wound. She's tough. She's got a 2-up save. That doesn't wound.
Doesn't wound.
Now we're on to the...
Hang on, Winters. Eviscerate is a strength 7.
Are they? Oh,
yeah.
It does wound. I failed the save. How much damage?
Hang on. 2 damage.
2 damage. She's on 5 wounds remaining.
That'll do.
Now we have the 9 attacks from the aggressors as they raise their punchy fists of doom.
4s to hit, and it's lethal hits because of the apothecary drop dice don't count. Let's go.
You miss every single time.
Oh my! What is wrong with these aggressors?
The apothecary Biologus swung at the Tervagon as well. Did no damage. She's hanging in there on 5 wounds remaining. And the Minotaurs popped their cherry too early because No tactical doctrine available to fall back and charge, though there is a strat, so you can do it with a unit for a strat.
Might be worth a look.
For a CP. There is still one more combat to happen, however. Jumping over the barricade, the first company bravely take on these 2 remaining warriors who strike out and hit on 3s. And Terminators are tougher now, so these are wounding. Did I get any 6s? Damn it.
I think you got 1.
Watching the footage back, now we're wounding on 4s. I do 4 wounds. 4 wounds.
4 wounds.
AP -1. 4 3-up saves. 4 1s coming up. No, there's 1-1. One of the Terminators gets injured, and now we're on to the last combat. The Land Raider, revving its engines. Hitting on 5s because it's degraded, and it gets 4 hits through this time. It's trapped a tail under one of the treads. And maybe wounds.
Also,
yeah,
because within range of him, we're re-rolling 1s to wound.
Oh, yeah, because of the priority target.
Yeah.
So he reverses, backs up, and hits it again. I don't know what the AP is, but I have a 2-up save.
Dash.
Is it?
Yeah.
So even though you trap my tail, it's fine. She didn't need that bit.
It's fine.
And at the end of Tyranid's turn 4, I haven't secured no man's land, and I haven't got area denial. I'm loving, by the way, Terminators with 4 wounds
it's
all
cool,
over that.
Isn't it? It's like changes it just enough so they feel really strong, like survivable, you know?
So that's the end of turn 4 for the Tyranids. Apart from the first company out here, you're sort of getting hemmed into a trap.
Yeah.
In your turn, you're only going to pick up 5... No, you're going to pick up 5... 10 points on the primary because you outnumber. You're all over that one. She has got an OC of 5, but you're all over that one.
I am.
So you are going to pick up 10 points on the primary, which is significant as I didn't score any of my secondaries as we've gone to Space Marines turn 4. After adding on the primaries, the Space Marines have 35 to the Tyranids 43, so they're only 8 points behind. And bring it down. If they kill Big Mama, that's 5 points. And no prisoners. Kill as much as possible. 2 points for everything they kill. They could get into the lead here. After the movement phase, Terminator's still in combat and the Lieutenant capped on that objective here and in the middle, spending a CP on adaptive strategy.
That's right.
So the aggressors are now in the tactical doctrine.
Certainly are.
I forgot what you oathed. What did you oath?
I'm going to oath Big Mama, the Turvigon.
Okay.
She needs to die, only on 5 wounds, but we've proved how tough she is.
Yes.
So she needs to die.
Okay. What's the plan?
I've popped the land speeder up here.
Yes.
Surprise attack on the Haruspecs.
Okay.
I'm going to melt its head off. The idea is, if I can kill the Haruspecs, they can maybe flame the Tyranid warriors, and then maybe we can get a charge off, because I've got to kill those this turn, right? So maybe I can kill them. The Desolation Squad are going to try it on with the Pyrovores, Biovores, whatever they're called.
Yes.
And that's it, and then smash that thing's little head off.
Okay.
That's the plan. It's quite an elegant plan, but I think it'll work. Just smash everything to bits.
I like it. Murder, death, kill. Here we go. Where would you like to start the shooting phase, Rapscallion?
Start with this legend, the Landspeeder Typhoon.
Right.
It's going to fire the heavy bolts into the Tyranid warriors.
Yep.
And it's going to fire the 2 crack missiles into the Haruspecs. So we'll do the heavy bolters first to warm up the dice.
Yes. That's 3 hits.
And it's 4s to wound, I believe.
That is 2 wounds. -1, 2 5-up saves. I fail them both. They do 2 damage each. You frag one of them. Explosion and explodes words under mass reactive rounds, and then 2 missiles come down into the Haruspecs.
Right, I need this, winners. So here we go.
And you miss.
God.
No. Emperor, damn it, is what you're looking.
Why did I say I need this? Because then it would happen.
Okay.
Do I?
Well, they should be able to punch it to death.
We've been here before, though, Winters.
They should be able to punch it to death.
They've done nothing all game.
Your flames should hit the warriors.
All right, I believe in you.
They punched the Haruspecs. # don't listen to Winters.
I'll always listen to Winters.
Don't.
Right. Yeah, they're going to flame them. They're going to punch it to death. Nothing's going to go wrong. It never goes wrong. We're fine. How are you? I'm fine.
I'm fine.
Let's go.
Number of auto hits with the flamers.
This is 3. It's D6 + 1, isn't it? So
yeah.
Lots.
3. Add 3 to that. Okay. 5s to wound, but it is twin linkered. So you're re-rolling. I would get cover, but these ignore cover. 8 4-up saves. There were 4 wounds left in that squad. They burned the warriors to a crisp. Man, that's one target down for no prisoners. Now we're on to the Desolation Marines. And perhaps getting greedy and splitting fire everywhere. Tell the people what you're thinking.
Right, listen, I've had enough of this thing and its big mouth. I'm sick of it.
But you can punch it. I told you, it'll be fine.
No, listen, this is my plan. This is how greedy I am, right? I'm going to fire 2 super crap missiles into it. Dead.
Yes.
Then these lads could charge these guys, potentially kill another squad. Points.
Okay.
And then, so 2 super crack into that.
Yeah.
All the Castellum launchers and the other 3 super crack into them.
Into the Pyrovores?
Into the Pyrovores, yeah. So shall we do the first 2 super crack into the big mouth?
Well,
idiot?
yeah, let's do that. It's not a big mouth, is it?
I really like it, but it's eating all my characters and it won't die. Please hit it. Please.
You miss.
Oh my god. Like, I spent ages hyping it up and then it's exactly the same. Rolling. Right.
Okay, 3 super crack into Pyrovores.
I bet all these hit.
2 of them hit.
2 of them, bloody yeah.
Strength 10.
Strength 10.
Toughness 6 though.
So 3s.
They both wound. AP -2, but +1 because of all the heals and things. So 4 up saves. And I make the saves. Then we did the Strength 4 Castellan rockets into the Pyrovores at toughness 6. No wounds caused. And pistols into close combat against Big Mama.
Didn't do anything.
No wounds caused. I've also spent a CP that I got this turn on the Feel No Pain edge, on the Rapid Regeneration. Because the Land Raider is now going to flame on and try and take on the Turvagon. So 2d6 +6 flame shots. You haven't rolled great yet. Like Sultan normally gets like 30 hits or something.
Oh,
but...
Sultan this, Sultan that. Sultan is the best dice roller in the world. I'm sick of hearing about it. No, I'm joking, Sultan. I love you to bits, but I haven't been rolling appallingly this game, haven't I? What do I need to wound?
You know you're talking about Sultan.
The legend that is.
If you had to pick your favourite horsemen of the Hobby Apocalypse, who would it be?
I wouldn't pick any. So, like a Sophie's Choice.
Yeah.
If I'm on a lifeboat and there's 3 of them and I can save just one of them,
Yeah.
push them all off
Okay.
into the water.
I
Boom.
like it. Blood for the Blood God.
And then I just say, don't make me choose. And then I just have loads of space on the lifeboat.
Ah, yeah, more rations for you.
Like stretching out.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Flamestorm cannons into Turvagon. I think you need 6s, but I think you're re-rolling 1s because that lieutenant... Oh no, the lieutenant isn't within 6 inches of you anymore.
But it's Oath of Moment.
It's Oath of Moment. That's a good point. 5s to win. She's toughness 11. Re-rolling. Okay. How many have we got there? 6, 7? 7.
It is 7 winters.
7. 4 up saves. Ooh, that's quite a lot. That is going to be 10 Feel No Pains. She's got 5 wounds left. She gets burnt to a crisp.
Yes!
And collapses. On a 6, she gets very angry and lashes out. But no, nothing left to lash out.
So sweet.
Instead, collapses under the weight of the Flamestorm conflagration. And that is Bring It Down, and that's another 2 points for no prisoners. And now we're on to the charge phase. Your Assault Marines, all of a sudden, are very free. And let's not forget the aggressors. Where would you like to start?
We'll do the aggressor into there. Can't really fail, but...
Okay, charging the Haruspecs one more time.
Yeah, what could possibly
It's
go
like
wrong?
a recurrent nightmare. Let's see how far you get for the Assault Intercessors. Not the Assault Intercessors, the Assault Marines. Are you charging the Warriors?
I'm going to charge the Warriors here, because I think if I can just get a few in...
Okay. 7?
I don't know if that's enough. Shall we measure?
Need an 8, popping a CP. Got a couple spare after ditching cards and things. So here we go. Does Khorne want it? Oh, yes.
Khorne wants it. He wants it so bad.
The Assault Intercessors make the combat, still stringing back out to hold that objective there, and 5 of them can fight. And the aggressors are against the Haruspecs, and I've got 1 CP in my back pocket, so I can't pay to interrupt. But what I can do is spend a CP.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
On Rapid Regeneration.
For a 5 up. That infernal beast.
For a 5 up, Feel No Pain. We're going to build up to the epic confrontation between the Haruspecs and the aggressors. We're going to start with the assault squad into the warriors.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Sustained, lance, explosions?
So I thought about picking sustained hits and trying to get more hits and explode them off.
Yes.
But then I thought, because the toughness 5, the Tyranid warriors,
yes,
need all the help I can get there. So I'm going to choose lance.
Okay.
So it's +1 to wound for all my boys.
Okay.
On the
So
charge.
here's all the attacks that are not an eviscerator on 3s. With the lance ability, they're winning on 4s. And they are AP -1. 5 up saves. Oh, I bossed it.
Decent.
You only wipe out one of them. Now the hero sergeant gets to swing, and this is an epic shot. This might be the thumbnail.
It's cool, isn't it? Look at him, squared it down, yeah.
3s?
Right, so 4's to hit because it's a clumsier weapon, but it's sustained hit. So if I get any 6s like that, it becomes an extra hit. So 3 hits.
Okay.
And it is strength 7.
Winning on 2s.
Winning on 2s because of the lance.
1 wound.
No, Winters.
It's AP -2.
Yeah.
2 damage.
2 damage.
So he doesn't cut its head off yet. There's still a 1 on 1 wound, 1 on full health. Now the aggressors fight the Haruspecs.
Here we go.
Took the wrong model away, put him back. Right, Haruspecs, aggressors, here we go.
Right, listen.
What?
Right?
What?
Right, listen.
What?
We're all friends here.
Yes.
I need this.
Yes.
I need this.
Yes.
Because I might stop playing 40k if I can't kill this thing here.
It's just one Haruspecs.
Like, how hard could it be, right?
How hard could it be?
Like, I have attacked this thing with everything I've got for 4 or 5 turns now, and just for my own health.
What was the Oath of Moment target?
The Big Mama is no longer there.
Okay, so forced to hit.
I need this, Winters.
Yeah.
I need this.
It's gonna be fine.
Right. Come on now, dig deep.
That's quite a few hits.
Good start. And also lethal hits. So
lethal
they
hits.
automatically
So
wound.
2 wounds straight away. That's not bad. And 2 more that wound on 5s. So you get 3 wounds through. These fists are -2 damage, right?
Yeah. It's only got 1 wound left.
So what you're saying is,
What am I saying?
don't roll a 5 winners.
I'm asking you, man to man, please.
I rolled 3 5s.
Right.
I rolled 3 5s.
Bye.
It's fine. No, the Biologus, come back. Brap.
What?
Brap, the Biologus. You've got 1 more shot. Do not miss your chance to blow. This opportunity comes once in a lifetime.
I am so annoyed. I am so livid. And look at you got
What? Thanks for getting me these dice, by the way. Okay? Four attacks.
You know it's not okay.
Four
Right,
attacks,
4
it's
attacks,
fine.
hit those 3s. Right, well that automatically wounds because
Okay.
it's lethal
Yes.
because of his squad. 1 wound, 1 save, no AP.
So a 3.
Yeah.
Sometimes I roll 1s though. See, that's a failed save.
You've got to feel no pain, haven't you?
I have got feel no pain and no CP. So a 1/3 chance. I've used all my luck.
Just roll that
The
dice.
Haruspecs is definitely dead
My God.
because I rolled a 3.
Yes!
It goes down.
Oh,
And
my
deadly
God.
demise.
Get off my game, you stupid,
It
big-tongued
just
idiot.
gets cut apart, and the Biologus OC goes up to 18. It's still 2 things
Yeah.
in close combat.
That was the most stressful bit of 40. I don't know it's because it's warm in here, but that is the most stressful bit of 40k I have ever done. I don't take games seriously, but I took that proper serious. I'm so stressed.
Okay. All right.
Breathe.
I'm going to fight back now.
Please, yes.
I'm not going to fight back with the warriors, though.
No.
Over here, I'm going to fight
yeah?
back with these warriors.
Oh, secret warriors.
Into your Terminators. 3s. Look, I remember the 6. To be honest, I think a lot of the sustained stuff that we were doing earlier on was probably hitting vehicles and things. I don't think we missed a 6
no,
ever.
I don't think so.
No. 3 wounds.
3 wounds.
3 wounds.
Easy.
-1. Oh.
Less easy.
1's on 1 wound remaining. He's not
Okay.
dead. 4 wound Terminator's a thing.
Let's slap back.
Okay. Pile in. Everyone's in base between the... Anyway, here's all the fighting,
Hit
all
on
the punching, all the 4s. 3's to wound, because I'm toughness 5. 3 wounds. That saves 1. That kills 1. So there's 1 left.
Oof, not enough close to get those points, but not enough.
Now we're coming around here to the warriors with the melee bioweapons attacking the assault squad. Right, bioweapons, okay? 6 attacks with these guys. And you can re-roll hit rolls of 1. And 6s are sustained hits. No 1s, no 6s, no nothing. These are strength 5, but it's twin linked. Anyway, everything all wounds. Now these are AP -2 1 damage.
Alright. So 5 up saves.
Yes. And I cut 1 down, drop 1 to 1 wound, and that's the end of the fight phase. This fight is ongoing. The aggressors have smashed their way through the Haruspecs. Of course they would. There was no doubt in my mind. The Terminators are still locked up with the warrior over there. And apart from that, I've got a unit of biovores over here and a small little castle in the backfield. And more than that, the Minotaurs are racking up points and should be in the lead. Let's calculate. Rap.
Yo.
It's 44 points to 43.
It's a cheeky little game, this one, isn't it? It's so close.
The Minotaurs are 1 point in the lead as we go on to the bugs. Turn 5. Now, at the start of the Tyranids turn, they're on 5-10 points on the primaries, which will put them back into the lead. But the Space Marines are on 5-10-15 on their turn. And I'd love to snipe out this little lieutenant over here. But he's a lone operative. He can stand there all day. He's burrowed himself in the ground and covered himself in sand. He's absolutely fine. And I've got some battle shock tests to take over here with the warriors. And they pass just. The Tyranids sense that they're on the back foot and want to defend their own stronghold. But also get behind enemy lines. The Tyranid warriors on my stronghold dig in and try and hold this down. Need to be in control of that at the end of Rapscallion's turn, and I'll get 5 points. Then in the middle, the warriors that did engage the Assault Marines have fallen back, camping on that objective there, ordering the Pyrovores through to throw in as much flame as possible. And the Tyranifex, with the Rupture Cannon, is going to stop us shooting at big things, and instead try and shoot them, I think, and go charging into them. Because then you're not charging in to anything else. I think that's the plan, or maybe I should shoot that. Shoot the speeder.
Shoot out of the sky.
And then charge that. Behind enemy lines, Brad, you used to have 2 units to get in your opponent's deployment zone for 5 CP. You still have to get 2 for the 5 CP, but if you do it with 1, like one lonely warrior, you still get 2.
Yeah.
So he's ran away from your Terminators. He's there. He's like whittling against that rock. Pheromone trail for the next combat.
I like it, yeah.
He's got behind.
He's like a homing beacon of Whittle. Like he's gone, this way they are, boys. I get it. I like it.
Okay. So now we're going to shoot some guns. So Pyrovores. See, I feel like I want to flame your flamey boys. Can all of them see?
Flame on flame action.
One of the flamey boys is going to hit the assault squad. And the other one, no, I'll do it all onto the assault squad. Let's do it, it's just easier. Let's hit the assault squad. It's all of these D6s plus 3. A strength 6, winning on 3s, 7 4-up saves. One of them was injured, he gets kebabbed, and another one gets injured, and that's all they managed to do. So I'm going to fire the Stinger salvos into them from the Tyranifex, and the Rupture Cannon is going to come up. No. The Rupture Cannon, that's just cowardice.
What?
I've been firing at the Land Raider. Let's kill the Land Raider.
He's got 5 wounds left.
It's only taken me 5 turns.
That's all it takes. I believe in you, though.
Stinger salvos first, though. I believe in Harvey Dent.
Okay. Look how that worked out.
2 wounds on your assault squad.
AP?
Nothing.
Fine.
They're fine. Okay.
Come on, get your vengeance, Winters. Go on, lad.
In this life or the next. Rupture cannons. Both of them hit.
What's the wound?
3s. It's strength 18.
It's quite high.
It is quite high, isn't it? Was one of those a 6? No, because it's only infantry. See, I don't think it ever came up.
Never came up.
1 wound. I got a CP this turn.
Are you going to use it?
Yeah.
You don't like that Land Raider, do you?
It didn't help me. 6-up save.
All right, come on, little Winters logo. No.
Right, so on 5 wounds left, and this does 2d6 damage.
You got it, surely.
For 4 damage. 4 damage!
You cheeky little sausage.
It's a 1 wound left.
Amazing.
Dear. Can any of the warriors see it?
He's getting desperate now.
No, that Land Raider's going to live. Okay, let's fire everything we can into the assault squad. 2d3 for the venom cannons for 2 shots. 4s to hit. Both of them hit. That is a sustained hit. Look, I've remembered. Okay. Strength 9. 2 wounds.
What's the AP?
-2 damage.
Wow, roll it here.
One of them gets blown up. Then Death Spitters are raining hot. And I rolled off camera and I said Rook getting hot, but I didn't even wound. You didn't even have to make a save. That is the end of my shooting phase. Now the Tyranifex is going to go charge again. That's an 8. Grr. Arg. Right. It's got powerful limbs. Look at them. They're powerful.
Winters. Like you, Winters.
They're not. I don't get out much. I actually left the house yesterday. I went to Asda.
Winters, you're
That
looking,
counts,
you're
right?
looking healthy, boy. You
Really?
can't see on the camera, Winters is looking good. He's a fine figure of a man. You can't do well with confidence, though, come Winters.
I'm not good with it. I don't know. No. Look, a sustained hits. I said he's got powerful limbs.
They have
it's
super
the
powerful.
very last attack of the game, and I remember the sustained hits. Strength 8. I wound you 4 times. No AP, but 2 damage. So
4 times, yeah.
4 times.
No AP, did he say?
4 candles.
3
candles for 4.
3 up saves. Oh, hello! Come on, the boy comes good.
And now the assault marines can fight back. Swinging with the lethal hits one more time. 3s to hit. 6 is auto wound. 3 good so far. The rest wound on 6s. So just 3 in total. 2 up save becomes a 3 up. You scratch it. It takes a wound.
Now it's time for the Eviscerator, Winters.
And now the Eviscerator swings and...
1 auto wound.
Yes.
That's a 3 to miss.
Yes.
And then fail to wound.
And I make the save.
Nice.
The Tyranid is on 15 wounds remaining. But Brap.
What?
Here's the stealth tactic thing that I did.
What? Secret? What have you done?
It wasn't really about killing them.
What was that about?
It's got an OC of 5.
No way.
And look how many you've got in range of that objective
Oh
compared
my...
to me.
Secret? Oh, it's clever played.
However, here's the thing though. Because you went second, you
Right.
score the primaries at the end of your turn.
Right.
So there is an opportunity to, like, I don't know, maybe get
Shuffle
me...
about.
Shuffle about.
I like it.
Get me off of that one.
All right.
Anyway, at the end of that, I have got behind enemy lines and I'm still defending my objective down here. The Tyranids are hanging on. But let's find out what the Space Marines can do in the last turn of the game. Turn 5. The orders for the Space Marines are overwhelming force, kill units on an objective, and cleanse. Do actions on objectives. Here we are after the Space Marines movement and command phase, and I've already added the 5 points I'm getting for defending Stronghold here, because Brap says, I've got this.
You got this.
So I've got an end score of 60 points. You're on 44.
I'm on 44. I need 16 points.
And you get 5 points for that primary.
On here, yeah.
And 5 points for that primary.
And here. So.
That is 6 points behind.
We're 6 points behind.
You're going to cleanse both of them.
So I'm going to cleanse both of them, which puts me on 5 points. This gets me 5 points. The Rhino's cleansing this.
Yes.
The Lieutenant's cleansing this.
You're 1 point behind.
I'm 1 point behind. Now, we rolled off camera. The Land Raider failed the battle shot.
I know, it's glorious.
It was not glorious. So basically that means that it can't just drive up and stay on that objective and win the game. So what I have to do is I have to do overwhelming force. I have to kill you on one of your objectives.
Yes.
So what I've done for my Oath of Moment for the rerolling hits and wounds, we're going down here to this unit of Tyranid warriors.
Yes.
And I've put it on them. If I can kill them with the Land Speeder, with the Rocket Boys, and with these boys,
yes,
then I get, I think it's like 2 or 3 points.
I think it's 3 points.
3
I think
points,
you win the game.
which means I'll win by 2 points. So it all boils down to right here, the shooting phase right now.
How could it possibly go wrong?
It's not gone wrong so far.
I double checked. Yeah, it's 3 points for this. Kill the warriors, you win by 2 points.
Let's do this.
Don't kill the warriors, lose by 1 point.
It's such a close game.
So guess what I'm doing? I'm spending a CP.
Of course you are.
On rapid regeneration, 5 up, feel no pain.
Right.
Where do you want to start?
I'm going to start with the Land Speeder.
Start with the Land Speeder.
Why not?
Chugga, chugga, chugga with the heavy bolter.
That's because of Oath of Moment. Everything hits. And then winning on 4s, Strength 5, Toughness 5. I re-roll everything because of Oath of Moment. And I get 2 wounds.
2 wounds, 2 5 up saves. Fail one of them. 2 feel no pains. I'm okay. I passed both of them.
Right, we'll do the missile launcher.
3s. One of them misses. One of them misses. And it wounds. AP -2. I need to make a 6. That's a fail. D6 damage comes through. You're going to roll a 1. It's going to be fine. That's a 4. Feeling of the pains. Okay, that one gets evaporated. There is 1 left on full wounds.
Right, let's do the Flame Boys.
Flamey boys.
Come on. Come on, my boys.
This +3.
So 13.
5s to wound. Twin linked. Right.
Yo.
You know you've got like twin linked and Oath of Moment.
Do
you just keep re-rolling it?
Just keep re-rolling until the day runs out. You have to go home.
Oh. That didn't help.
Oh.
So 3 wounds.
It's just 3 wounds, Winters, yes.
I fail all the saves.
Oh, here we go.
It's on 1. It's on 2 wounds remaining.
2 wounds
I
left.
pass 2 of my feel no pains. The biologist pulls out of his pistol.
Yes,
he takes a shot.
Dunk.
And he hits.
Does he wound?
And it doesn't wound.
But he'll give it another go, won't he? Yeah.
It does wound.
-1.
Feeling of the pain. It's on 1 wound left. And then the Desolation Marines. Firing super crack. Stay in school, kids.
Stay in school, kids.
3s to hit. Re-rolling for oath. And these are strength 10.
Yeah.
2s to wound. Re-rolling for oath.
I'm sorry it had to be this way, Winters.
Okay. I'm getting cover though.
-2.
5s. I make 2 of them.
Right.
3 get through.
3d6 plus 1 each, so 3d6 plus 3.
Okay.
So Winters,
Yes.
no pressure at all.
Yes.
But I think is that 16?
18.
18.
18.
Feel no pains.
Feeling of the pains.
If anyone can do it, it's you.
He's got 1 wound left.
There we go.
Let's
if
roll.
anyone can do it, it's
Let's
you.
roll some of these. He definitely feels the pain.
Super crack.
The warrior gets exploded, and that is overwhelming force. In fact, you have a charge phase as well if you want to, because you could potentially kill the pyrovores as well. Then we kept gaming until the very end of the turn, because we love rolling dice, and you did charge with your aggressors down here, killing one of the pyrovores. Didn't do any wounds back to you, but you've stolen this objective off of me as well. And the Tyranid and the Assault Marines in the middle of the battle grid had a big punch. So in the end, you end up getting 67 points for stealing this primary. With the painting standard rapscallion, it is a victory for the Minotaurs.
Close.
77 points to 70.
It was so
You
close.
swung it in the last turn of the game, and this is the way the world ends. Your first attempt at 10th edition. What do you think? Thoughts, feedbacks, feelings?
I like it. I think it's very different, and it's a lot more different than I thought it was going to be.
Yes.
But I'm into it. I think the rules are really smooth. I think there's a little bit to remember, but as we play for longer, we're going to learn what sustained hits, what lethal hits. We'll have to look up them so much. But I really like it. I think I've been saying a lot about this game. It's a lot more rock, paper, scissors than old 40k.
Yeah.
So like how tough the Turvigon, the Haruspecs, the Tyrannifex, the Land Raider, vehicles feel really tough and monsters feel super tough.
Yeah, in the previous edition, turn 1, turn 2, all the big bugs were gone, all
Yes.
the big monsters were gone.
Yes.
But that Land Raider is still here.
Yeah, and I kind of like it because it just changes the game a little bit, and it would still be here, wouldn't it? Like that's not survived 40,000 years by being, like really soft and blowing up turn 1. So I really like it. I thought it was really interesting. It was a great game. Some really cool moments. Liked it.
And I know there's loads of strats and things that have removed some of the narrative choices that people have. So some of them have gone, but some of them have been added back in, or different ones have been added back in, like Rhino self-repairing, your incurses given +1 to hit,
Yeah.
the Biologus getting an objective control of 18.
I think with the rules.
That's a joke, guys. 9. We know it doesn't go above 9, but
I'm playing 18 from now on.
Yeah.
I think with the rules baked into the data sheet, I felt like when I was referencing stuff when I was playing the game,
Yeah.
I wasn't flicking through and missing strats because I was looking at that data sheet at the time.
Yeah.
So I don't think loads of special rules have gone away. I think there's probably about the same, but I think the reference stage is a lot easier when you're figuring out what you can do. So you don't feel like you're missing out when you're playing for. I don't feel like I was missing out. I
Yeah.
felt like I knew the rules and I could engage with them and enjoy them. I thought it was really cool.
Did your Space Marines still feel like Space Marines?
They feel different, but I think they still feel like Space Marines. They've still got that longevity. So I think with what Space Marines, they sort of, you feel like they're getting battered at the start, but then they pull it back a lot better as turns go on.
Yeah.
And so I felt like at the start it was a bit like, oh, what's going to happen? But then we lasted throughout the end of the turns. But it's so, like, taking all these units has given me such an understanding of what's good, what isn't, cool combos. Some units aren't as strong as they used to be, like the Vanguard Veterans, which is just one of them things. But then other units, like the Assault Marines, are really fun. Land Raiders, oh my god. The Haruspecs, when I play Tyranids, that's gone straight to my element shopping cart right now.
Yeah.
At least 3, because that was so much fun, so amazing. And Nids feel scary to play against, but fun to play against. Like, I can't believe how much fun they seem, Like, they've got a lot of character, whereas before it used to be, I don't know, it was a bit tough being a Nid player towards the end of 9th, but I feel a bit more like, you know, I think they're gonna. I can't wait to play my Nids now. I'm very excited.
And four wound Terminators for the win.
That was made such a difference. We were saying, right?
Toughness 5 and 4 wounds. Anything to make Terminators as tough as all hell. I'm up for.
Yeah, because they should be, shouldn't they? And I think that's a nice bonus, and it's helped me in a couple of times in that game where it just was clutch. So yeah,
such an iconic unit.
I'm into it.
The Land Raider, such an iconic unit. I'm glad they're bringing sexy back, like Justin.
They're giving the reverence they deserve, aren't they? Because at one point it was like Primaris all the way, which is fine.
Yep.
But now with like Stern Guard back and Terminators back and the Land Raider being beefy, it's cool that we're sort of getting this mishmash of all kinds of Space Marine units and the old stuff going back.
Tell you what I noticed though. See this Rupture Cannon of Doom, which you can stay still, hits on 2s, strength 18, minus 4, 2d6 damage. Swingy as all hell.
Yeah.
Sometimes it was doing something, sometimes it was doing nothing. I think if you're bringing a Tyranid with a Rupture Cannon, you need 2.
Yeah, just in case.
Because then you can target a thing and kill a thing, and you should be able to do that.
I love how scary it is, though, if it does go well. Like, it just literally peels off. Like, that Land Raider.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong, it was shooting it all game, but in one turn, it took, like, 10 wounds off it or something, which it can do.
I didn't shoot it all game. I shot a Typhoon.
Oh, right, yeah, you shot a Typhoon, yeah. It was. I really liked it, though. I think it's good news. I think it's good going forward. I'm excited for the prospect of 10th, and this was a really interesting and different game of 40k, and I really liked it, though. I thought it was cool.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed yourself. We enjoyed ourselves. I enjoyed ourselves. I hope everyone in the comment section down below enjoys themselves as well. Yes, there were some rules mistakes. There's going to be a chunk of them as we get into 10th edition, but I don't think we missed a sustained hits roll throughout the whole thing. And
tell you what, there was no mistake. A lot of fun was had, and surely everybody, isn't that the reason we're all here?
Oh, shut up, Brap.
The more you know.
Oh dear. Well, that's just completely. I was winding up to the wrap up. You see, I was coming into the thing, and you're doing this love and puppies and bunny rabbits.
I had so much fun today.
It's been ace. Grab puppies and love and bunny rabbits and just chainsaw them, exterminators. That's what we like. Blood for the blood god. Skulls for the skull throne. We do hope you enjoy the battle. Urban Mats for the thing and for all the things. If you'd like to support me, then consider becoming a tier 3 channel member. You'll get to know Brap a lot better then, because he's the chief mod of the mods.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got a scooter and everything.
Happy wargaming.